For those in attendance and UFC fans watching around the world, this is the moment you've all been waiting for. Live with the best father and son team on the internet. It's time for Homie and the Dude.
Martial arts, mixed martial arts dude is about all of it.
Whoa! We're floating, guys.
Oliveira clips Chandler. Oliveira dropped Chandler. Oliveira just dropped Chandler.
Oh, he hurt him again.
He hurt him again.
He hurt him again.
Oh, Chandler's out, guys.
He's out.
Chandler's
He's
out.
out.
Chandler's out.
Chandler's out. Chandler's out. Oliveira's the new champion.
Yo, Ricky, thank you for liking and following on Facebook. Welcome to the family, Ricky.
He did the Anderson Silva. Oh my God.
His leg is broken.
You know Harry Potter when his arm goes jelly and it's all bent? Like, oh, exactly like that. Holy shit, guys.
The pocket.
Spinning heel kick from Barnett that knocks Vellante out. It was a spinning heel kick. And reminiscent of Edson Barbosa from Barnett. A man twice his size.
Holy
throwing
shit.
crazy ground
He
and
won
pound.
that fight with a spinning
What? He
heel.
does a front flip to booty slam. There's technical stuff to all of that. Just like there's technicalities to footwork and throwing an angled punch and throwing it with maximum force by twisting your hips and putting your shoulders into it. There's as much technicality in that as there is in jiu-jitsu. Connor's leg is broken!
Connor's leg is broken.
Connor's leg is broken! Guys, Connor's leg is broken!
That's it.
Connor's leg is broken, the fight's over.
Ortega just wrapped him. Ortega's got him. Ortega's got him wrapped. Ortega's got him wrapped.
He's choking out.
Ortega's got him wrapped.
Oh,
big
fakes
knee,
low and
flying
goes
knee.
high.
Oh, shit.
1-2, rocks. Justin
Gage
Gaethje
is in
is
trouble.
rocked.
Gage is in
Justin
trouble.
Gaethje is rocked right
Gage is
now.
in trouble.
He's still
Gage is still throwing.
Oh,
Gage is-
clips count. He clipped.
Oh,
Robert Chandler.
holy
Oh my
shit.
God.
What a fucking round. This is back
Jesus
and forth.
Christ, we've got 2 minutes left. Holy shit.
What is up, everyone? How are we all tonight? It is UFC 269, the last pay-per-view of the year, and it's a great card. We are super, super amped to be here with you, to call the fights, to hang out with you, to answer any questions, to just chill out and enjoy each other's company. By the way, the fight card has started on the prelims, but we'll get through the fight card as we go. But just to say hello, big shout out to Adnan in the chat right now. Adnan used to be our very first moderator. So Adnan, I hope you're doing well. I think you were going to get your master's degree or something at some point, and then that sort of took you away from being available for these fight nights. So great to see you back, homie. Tell us what you're doing. Tell us how things are, and what is it about tonight that you have this time that you can hang with us. Much appreciated.
Yeah. What is up, everyone? Homie and the Dude, father and son, MMA and TTRPG podcast. Last UFC of the year. Last UFC of the year, guys, and we're hyped. It is a big one. We've got lots of great fights tonight. It is a stacked card from the absolute start. And this first fight is already off to a little bit of bang. Both these women are throwing hands. And you got literally red versus blue. In terms of colors, go for it.
Yeah, no, it's Jillian Robertson, who is in the red, not only red Venom kit, but also red hair. And she's fighting Priscilla Cachoeira. And Priscilla Cachoeira has one of the best nicknames of the night. She is Zombie Girl.
Oh, damn.
The other thing is, just as a quick reference point, it is basically a big night for American Top Team. There's a few fighters from Team Alpha Male as well, but there's probably about 5 or 6 fighters from American Top Team. So you remember the last UFC? It was a big night for Khabib's fighters, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he had, like, again, 5 or 6 fighters from Dagestan last time. This is American Top Team, which is based in Florida. That's where Dustin Poirier trains, and several other fighters. So I'll keep you up to date on who is American Top Team. The first one is Jillian Robertson, who just took down Priscilla Cachoeira. Just give you another little bit of info on Jillian. She is, her nickname is the Savage.
Le Savage.
The Savage against Zombie Girl. So we've got that as the precursor to them stepping in the ring and fighting. And really, Jillian is wanting to take this to the ground because Priscilla Cachoeira probably has a bit of a superior striking game. So currently it is on the ground. And right now, Jillian Robertson has kind of a side control position. She's throwing some elbows into Cachoeira's leg, actually, and looking to maybe get a little bit of a Kimura in. Now going north-south. But hey, let's just... Oh, she is going for a... No, she's now got her back. So Jillian Anderson now has Cachoeira's back. But let me just give you guys a rundown of this card, because it gets really good really quick. So Robertson versus Cachoeira to start us off. Then Randy Costa versus Tony Kelly. That should be a pretty banging fight. That one won't last, I don't think. Then you got Ryan, the Imanari Roll Hall, who's also known, his nickname is?
What?
The Wizard.
Oh, wow.
And then you got, he's fighting Derek Minner. You got Miranda Maverick, who is an up-and-coming, under 25-year-old flyweight women's fighter. Lots of hype behind her. She's got a pretty substantial test tonight with Erin Blanchfield. Then a middleweight fight between Andre Munoz and Eric Yeah Boy Anders.
Yeah, boy.
Jordan Wright, who's also been on a really good run. He's lost one fight, but he's 12-1. He's going to have a big test tonight against Bruno Silva. And check it out. Big heavyweight fight. Augusto Sakai versus Tai Tuivasa. Remember Tai Tuivasa?
Wow.
Is lots of ground and pound right now. Jillian Anderson looking to stop this, because she's got full mount and she's dropping elbows. She's just dropping elbows on Priscilla Cachoeira, and Cachoeira is not doing a great job of trying to defend them. So Robertson may finish this. She's just scraping her elbow across her face.
Or she's looking for an armbar.
Looking for an armbar.
Oh, nice escape.
And Cachoeira escapes out. But anyway, let me get back to this card, because it's fucking awesome. Tai Tuivasa, you remember, is his nickname is Bam Bam, and he likes to, what does he call them? Booties? Shoeies?
Oh, she's under the neck.
Under the neck. Yeah, this looks like it's going to be, yeah, she's got a very, very tight rear naked choke right now. But Cachoeira's fighting hands, which is nice to see. I just don't know if she's trying to...
There's the panic, and she's going to go out.
Yeah, she's out. Yeah, she taps. There's a panic tap.
And she goes out. She's out.
The very last thing before she went out was just sort of the panic, like, reflex, like, tap. And that's a big win for Jillian Robertson. That's a big win for her. She's now 10-6. She beats Priscilla Cachoeira, who drops to 10-4. That's a big win for Jillian. And so let me just get back to this card, because it's just loaded. So we get to the second to last fight of the prelims. Dominick Cruz, who's fighting on the prelims. Cruz has been he's been pretty salty all week, hasn't he? Cruz, we were just talking about Cruz, weren't we? Cruz is of course he's a badass, because he fights in MMA, but he's he is a bantamweight, and he likes to challenge the big boys. So this week he was challenging Daniel Cormier. He's gotten into Michael Bisping's face. He's just like this. He's like a chihuahua, isn't he?
Yeah. he's just always got mouth. He's always got mouth. Anthony saying Dustin will win. Damn, we got a Dustin supporter from the outright staking a claim right there.
Antonio Cazares. Where are you from, Antonio? And thanks for joining us on Twitch. That's awesome, homie. Tell us where you're from. And are you just here for Dustin? And everyone else, can you guys tell us who you're here specifically for? That would be great as well, because it gets a little bit spicy once we have someone for Dustin, someone for Charles, that type of thing, and fun as well. So yeah, Dominick Cruz is fighting Pedro Munoz. That's going to be a test for Cruz. Well, remember, Dominick Cruz is a multi-defending champion, badass. He's had a great career after fighting with his color commentary. He's one of the best color commentators, I think, out there. And
Rogan?
Yeah. I mean, Rogan, yeah. But
Is that who you're saying?
No, Dominick Cruz.
He's one of the best tactical commentators out there. I wouldn't say he's a good color commentator. I actually don't like Dominick Cruz. I think he sucks as a commentator. I'm not a fan of him or Daniel Cormier. I think Paul Felder and Michael Bisping are the best side commentators out here. And no one gives those two guys enough love for their commentary. Michael Bisping has got sass, he's funny, and he does great color. And then Felder does awesome technical commentary as well, and he is very, very in tune to like the fighters and a bunch of other stuff going on as well.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Bo Bandy says Dominick Cruz is a know-it-all. He is kind of a know-it-all. The thing is with those dudes is like he can fight. He can like back it up. He's a small dude though, and he, there's a story about when he was hanging out with Michael Bisping. I think they were just having drinks at a bar or something, and they got a little bit into an argument or a discussion or disagreement about something, and Bisping at some point was like, "Yo, you think you can kick my ass, don't you?" And
Bob Andy saying Dominick Cruz is a know-it-all.
Yeah.
Tracy Cambor saying good evening. Good evening, Tracy. Bob Andy, lol. Yeah, dude, Cruz is well. But Bisping was gonna fucking bang him out, wasn't he?
No, Bisping was like, "Yo, you think you can fucking kick my ass?" And Cruz was like, "Yeah, I actually do. I think I can fucking. I'll go with you."
That's a bad move.
Bisping's like, "Yo, you're so small. Like, it's not even. This isn't even a thing. Like, you're a bantamweight. I fought like
literally
middleweight, and so yeah. Anyway, so Cruz is gonna be fun. Dominick Cruz is
He's
fun.
interesting. He's always interesting to watch.
Yeah, but okay, so that tees us up for the last fight of the prelims, which is Josh Emmett and Danny Ige, and that's a really important fight. So Josh Emmett is the 7th ranked featherweight. Danny Ige is the 9th ranked featherweight. These guys are fighting basically to see who gets in the top 5. And so featherweight division is Alexander Volkanovski. You've got Max Holloway. You got Brian Ortega. You've now got Giga Chikati. You got fucking Calvin Kattar. You got Arnold Allen. I mean, it's loaded. It's completely
Arnold Almighty Allen, who, if you guys want to see an amazing podcast, head on over to our YouTube channel when this stream is done, and you can find our podcast with the 6th ranked featherweight Arnold Almighty Allen over there, as well as interviews with Bruce Buffer, Mason Jones, Corey McKenna, Mike Grundy, and many, many more, guys.
Yeah, and so yeah, check that out. Moving along, now the main card, you got Sean O'Malley kicking off the main card against Julian Paiva. That's going to be a test for O'Malley. Paiva's very experienced, so we love Sean O'Malley, but we need to see, you know, as he goes further and further, higher and higher into the quality of his weight class, of the bantamweight weight class. Let's see if he really has it. We know that he's really accurate. We know his combinations are beautiful. We know he talks a big old bunch of shit.
Yeah, exactly.
We know he's a big character. Kind of like him. He was pretty funny during the press conference with Cody Garbrandt. So he kicks off the main card, and then you've got Kai Kara-France fighting Cody Garbrandt. I don't even know why Garbrandt and Kai Kara-France are ahead of. They should be on the prelims somehow, I think, or maybe like
what then? Sean O'Malley?
Yeah.
No, Sean O'Malley's not fighting. No, it's a bigger fight for the division.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Makes
you're
more
right.
sense.
Because O'Malley's not even ranked yet, I don't think. Right? He's like in the bottom of the top 15.
And he's not fighting anyone fucking like no disrespect to the other gentleman, but he's not fighting anyone massive tonight. It's not like this dude has,
you know, crazy hype on him or crazy like name or like record or anything. But you know, he's coming out to put in a name for himself. He's 21-3, which is, you know, it's a good record.
Julian Paiva is, I mean, I think it's a step up for O'Malley, which is what we want.
Yeah, exactly. We want him to just keep taking those steps up and keep, instead of lateral moves or back steps, we want O'Malley to keep taking those steps forward. And guys, we're about to get into the second fight of the prelims, by the way, which is who?
Randy Costa and Tony Kelly. Randy Costa is actually trains out of Joe Lauzon's gym.
Joe Lauzon?
Joe Lauzon's gym, yeah, in Massachusetts.
I'll tell you a funny story about MMA and something a little like step removed from MMA. I'll tell you a little story time, ladies and gentlemen.
Go for it.
So when I was a young kid, I used to watch a YouTuber called Woody's Gamertag. And Woody's Gamertag was a like popular Call of Duty gamer back in the day. And he basically was good friends with Joe Lauzon when Joe Lauzon was up and coming in the UFC. And so I was watching this content when I was like, you know, before we started watching MMA, you know, when I was like, you know, 13, 14. And I was like, oh, Woody would be talking about, oh, Joe Lauzon, and they do jujitsu, and it's way worse than being punched. Like, dude, you don't understand. I was in the gym with him, and it was like, and I remember listening to it and being like, what a load of bullshit. And now, like, looking back full circle, knowing who Joe Lauzon is, you know, seeing him as a coach now and as a fighter, you know, it's pretty cool to know that I was actually so close to MMA, even at such a young age, when we weren't watching it at that time. But yes, anyway, story time over. Guys, if you're here and you're new to the stream, get in the chat. Let us know why you are here. So if that is you're here to support someone that you love, whether you just love MMA and are here to watch some fights, whether you're here to hang out. And final thing is, guys, share the stream out. Take a second to quickly share this on whatever platform you enjoy using most. We've got Bob Andy saying, I'm picking Costa for this one.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. Costa's nickname is the Zohan.
The Zohan.
So yeah, Costa 6-2. He's a banger. He's an orthodox fighter. You know, he does something really interesting. He boxes orthodox, but he wants to kick. He switches to southpaw so that he can kick with his sort of stronger legs. So you have to watch out for that. Tony Kelly 7-2. He is Team Alpha Male. So we have interviewed a couple people from Team Alpha Male. We've interviewed Mason Jones and Corey McKenna.
Wait. Our mod in the chat is saying, you heard Woody went to prison? Oh shit! Oh shit!
Wait.
Woody's gamer tag went to prison.
For what? Like tax evasion or some shit?
Probably.
Anyway, we're getting ready to start this Costa versus Kelly fight. Kelly he's a banger. So this is gonna be. I predict this is gonna be. This is not gonna go to the distance, dude. This is not gonna go to the distance. Kelly's gonna try to knock him out.
Yeah. Also, guys, if this is your first Homie and the Dude stream, we do play-by-play commentary and color commentary during the fight. We also interact with you guys. If you want to ask us any questions, let us know where you're watching from or who you're here to support, share an opinion, whatever it may be. Get in the comments. Let us know what's going on as we get into this second bout of the evening with your father-son team, Homie and the Dude. What's up?
Good dude. What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm okay. I'm all right. Yeah.
So Randy Costa versus Tony Kelly. Tony Kelly is, well, they're both sporting tattoos. Costa's got a nice arm sleeve.
Also, guys, something that we haven't mentioned yet, but we should do as this one is about to get started, is we have a big, exciting piece of news for you guys that we will say but just before the main event. We will let you know about this exciting news that we have for you guys, but we have some massive exciting news, something that we've been working on to hopefully elevate your time outside of watching UFC, but still get a chance to get involved with some MMA stuff if you're not in the gym, not watching UFC, or playing it on your Xbox or something. So stick around to the main event so we can let you know what is going on with that big announcement tonight, guys.
We're just starting this fight. Kelly comes out strong. He's a switch stance fighter, throwing lots of low leg kicks. But Costa comes back with a little bit of combination. They're just going back and forth right now, but a nice little feisty start. About first 30 seconds, we're into it. Kelly with a nice low leg kick to the front leg of Costa. Kelly looks like he's like daring to throw a teep and then an oblique kick to the knee. Neither one of them really land.
Oh wow!
Throws a spinning back kick that misses.
Super active with very different strikes. Wow. Costa's having to really deal with a lot of variety right now.
Whoa! Costa winds up with a big uppercut that just missed, but he was going for the fences, big time. Costa pins Kelly up against the cage. Kelly's got Costa sort of tied up with an overhook. Costa is not really trying to do anything here, just sort of controlling space up against the cage. Maybe taking just a little breather just to think about what he wants to do next. Oh, wow, 2 big body shots. Do you see those body shots?
Those were nice.
Really, really nasty body shots by Costa delivered to Kelly as Costa's pinning Kelly up against the cage. Costa delivers another body shot. Kelly returns with a knee to the body. Costa really impressive with these little short stinging body shots, and right now he's happy to just be up against the cage. I think Kelly's happy to be here as well. They're both just sort of, non-verbally complying to just stay right here and see what they can do. Oh, Kelly tries a little tie clinch knee to try to bring it up to the top. They bust away now, and Kelly talking a little bit of smack.
Also, Bob Andy saying, how many jacket changes for Bruce Buffer tonight? I reckon we've got at least 4 to 7 jacket changes tonight. What do you think, Tom?
He's wearing a... But speaking of Bruce Buffer, we had him on the show. So if you haven't seen Bruce Buffer interviewed in a way that reveals sort of his backstory,
and also some behind the scenes, he divulges some juicy information about some very juicy information about the UFC. So if you want to know what that is and some of the behind the scenes looks at what goes on behind closed doors, behind the bamboo curtain in the UFC, check out that interview with Bruce Buffer. It's a really good one. Right now, both gentlemen are up against the cage, clenching, with lots of reversals in a 50-50 position. Now, Costa with double underhooks reverses the position again. Kelly pinned with his back up against the cage and manages to regain one of the underhooks. Reverses the position and lands 4-5 knees to the body for Kelly. And he looks to grapevine the leg of Costa, but then Costa uses it to reverse the position. Both gentlemen fighting hands for underhooks with Kelly on the single underhook at the moment. You have Costa going for a Muay Thai clench and they break back to the center.
That was a nice little exchange. Kelly wants to be aggressive, wants to walk Costa down, and he's in a southpaw stance. He switches stance, so he's walking through almost his stance is switching as he walks through. Lunges forward with a little right-left, and just kicking. He's really, really active with a lot of dynamic offense. But Costa seems to have the more powerful blows, whether it's the short punches to the belly or the counter shots out in the open. Costa looks at the clock, which is a little bit troubling since it's the first round and there's still a minute to go, so I'm not sure what that's about. But when you're looking at the clock, typically, it's because you are tired?
Tired,
cardio?
Wondering just how long, like, also, this is the thing, like, when you're in there and you've got as much adrenaline floating around your system as freaking possible, it ends up meaning that you, I know, I'm watching, it's all right, I'm watching the levels, it's all good.
Yeah.
So much adrenaline that this exchange can feel like a lifetime, you know. He might just be looking at the clock just to reground himself in that like time frame of how long he's been in this round for, because, you know, you can be in there and be like, wow, this has felt like, you know, years at this point.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you can, guys, while we're watching this, I mean, you can picture yourself getting into a fight, your adrenaline goes through the roof, and you've got about, you know, a couple minutes of real just crazy power and ability to absorb power. But then after that's gone and you're still in the fight, there is an element of crashing, of what they call an adrenaline dump. And so, but these guys are used to it. They train for it, and but sometimes it is a thing. It's a real thing.
The bridge burner. What we do basically is this is a watch-along party. We do live commentary. You're here to hang out with us. So if you find a copy of the fight, go chuck it on, mute those people, and come on over to come hang out with us. We would love to have you stay in the comments, and we would love to continue chatting with you. So please, please, please feel free to stick around once you've got a fight, come back and hang out. But yeah, for anyone who doesn't know, we're Homie and the Dude, father-son team. We're in the middle of the second fight of this UFC 269 card. So guys, this is your first Homie and the Dude stream. Let us know where you're watching from tonight. Are you in America? We're in the UK at the moment in Bristol. Where are you guys watching from? Are you in, you know, America? Are you in, you know, Asia? Are you in South America? And who are you voting for tonight? Are you supporting Charles Oliveira, Dustin Poirier? Hey, Bob Andy saying Philadelphia here.
Nice.
What's up, Philadelphia? We're actually going to Philly next year to go to PAX Unplugged, actually.
PAX Unplugged is going on right now, Bob Andy. You probably know that. We've got some friends that are at PAX Unplugged, but it's I think it started today, and it's going on through Sunday. But yeah, I'm actually from the Philly area. Well, I grew up in Ocean City, New Jersey, and went to college just outside of Philly. Wow, just to get back to this fight, Kelly has a very diverse sort of tool set of kicks. So, and he really uses them nicely as far as mixing kicks and punches. But he's throwing, you know, outside leg kicks to the head. He's throwing inside leg kicks to the body. He's doing a kick and then a strike, a kick, strike, and elbow. Really nice variety of combinations.
And the Bridge Burner saying you're watching from Kansas City. What's up, dude? So happy to have you here watching from Kansas City, Missouri. In Missouri. And my first pick, Jillian 1, says Queen Boudica Radiant. I love that name, Queen Boudica Radiant. I'm so happy your first pick went your way, and that is awesome. We are about 1 minute into this fight, and we're back to where we were after some swift grappling from Kelly. He puts the pressure on and engages in this clench again up against the cage. It is very much just a battle of the arms and position reversals going on at this point. You can really see that Kelly seems to be the stronger of the two, but it does seem to be a very back and forth fight up against the cage.
Boudica, just a quick one. Who do you got in this parlay? If unless you're doing just single picks, tell us who else you need to win, and we'll just be aware of that as we go forward. So there it goes. Costa comes back with a first real strong 1-2. The bridge burner. Who do you two pick for the main event? So we're talking about there's a co-main event. So there's Poirier and Oliveira. We keep switching back and forth. So you want Poirier, don't you?
Yeah.
I was thinking Oliveira, but the closer that I get to this fight, I think Poirier is just tougher and has been in the deep water but he has been choked out by Khabib.
Oh, nice counter from Costa there as he's backing up. Really nice. Yeah, really nice left hand backing up. Boudica saying, I'm taking Andrea's man, Tony. We'll see. Yasin saying, hey, homie and the dude, what's up, Yasin? Pleasure to have you back. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Bridgeburner. We have, like, emotional opinions on the main event. So, like, I want Poirier to win. Tom kind of wants Charles to win. But if we look at it logically, it's a very close fight for different reasons. So I think it's going to be a very back and forth, and I think it's going to be an absolute battle. Yeah. Boudica saying, Charles, Julianna. You think Julianna's going to win? Future Anime's here saying, it's time. What's up, Future Anime? Pleasure to have you. It's time. Yasin, thank you so much for sharing the stream out on Facebook. I really appreciate you doing that. Anyone who's enjoying this, guys, share this out on your platforms. Oh, big uppercut from Costa in the puck. Oh, big knee. Big driving knee from Costa. Look at Costa doing a good job to maintain position there as Kelly tries to reverse. But, oh, those are big knees from Kelly. Oh, he drops him with a knee.
Wow, did Costa just, was that a knee?
To the body.
To the body, almost like a liver shot with the knee. Costa tries to, basically to dive to the body just to get some room and releases control on the ground. Now Kelly's going for the finish with some big elbows. He's got side control and just trying to drop elbows, but doing that sort of planting your fist and dropping elbows, which is...
He's doing it from half guard as well.
Yeah. So Costa is just surviving. It'd be interesting to see in the replay how tight that, how devastating that knee was. Was it a liver shot that dropped him? Because it looked like that. It looked like he just got dropped by that. So if you had a time machine, who would you grab from the past to fight in MMA? Fuck's sake. Let me answer that.
Oh, big elbows from Kelly right now. Just body. He's going body, head, head. Mark Smith has got to end this. He's just got to end this.
Smith is saying you got to defend yourself, Costa. You got to defend yourself. You got to do something. 47 seconds left and he stops it.
Wow.
He stops it simply because Costa wasn't doing anything. And it's really frustrating. It's certainly frustrating as a coach as well because you got to think Costa isn't out. He's taking damage. He's tired, but he's not, he's not out cold. He's not dazed, and he just wouldn't defend himself. And Mark Smith has no choice but to finish it.
Yeah, and that's it. Kelly looking very strong. Tony Kelly looking really, really strong there. Boudica, nice. I just subbed. Hey, thank you, Boudica. Really, really appreciate it. Welcome to La Familia. It's an absolute pleasure to have you joining us in our journey to becoming the best goddamn UFC watch-along stream in the world and the best podcast, TTRPG, MMA. You know what's up. Bridgeburner saying, I want Mike Tyson to come fight in MMA. Ooh.
So the time machine, Mike Tyson doesn't become a boxer, he becomes an MMA fighter. That would be fucking interesting.
That would be interesting, actually.
Like young Mike Tyson, like 15, 16 years old, training in MMA.
That'd be fucking wild. That would be super wild.
Yeah.
Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee would actually be interesting because they say he's one of the first that kind of adopted the idea of MMA, of including multiple styles. But obviously, a lot of his shit is for show. But again, he did train in legit martial arts, just like Jackie Chan and anyone else who's in movies. But whether he would have been able to hand out the damage is another matter, guys. Is another matter. But here we are in the middle of that fight. Tony Allen winning that one via TKO. Tony Kelly, sorry, I said Tony Allen. Tony Kelly, my apologies. Also, early 90s Tyson says Bridge Burner. That's a good shout. That's a good shout.
That's what, because I mean, as far as hands.
Suge Knight.
Suge Knight. Like with a gun, maybe.
Dude, I want Wesley Snipes to hop in the ring. I want
you
fucking...
mean as Blade?
Tony Jaa, to be fair. If Tony... Dude, also, what's his name? Chuck Norris. Come on, guys. Frickin' Chuck Norris needs to get in the cage.
Chuck Norris.
Fucking Chuck Norris.
Michael Jai White.
Michael Jai White. Oh.
Who else?
Jet.
Van Damme.
Van Damme. Oh my God. Get Van Damme in the ring.
Jet
Dear
Li.
God.
Jet Li.
Jet Li would be great as well, yeah.
I mean, to be fair, none of them would do very well.
Literally, yeah. All of those people we just talked about would get banged out by any MMA fighter, like literally. Guys, thank you all so much for joining us so far. We've had 2 fights already down, gone. Hopefully Ryan Hall doesn't just Imanari roll this fight. Don't. It's Ryan Hall, Mr. Imanari roll.
Ryan Hall, the Wizard, is.
No, it's Ryan Hall, the Imanari roll.
Yeah, that last fight was painful to watch because he couldn't take. Who did he fight? Let me just see who he fought because that was painful.
Dude. Ryan Hall's version of an Imanari roll is more like it fucking.
It's so slow motion.
Oh, dude!
It's so slow motion.
It was like watching. What's his name?
It was
Tony Ferguson throw out that awful Imanari roll in like the 4th round of fucking his Gaethje fight. That was brutal. It was hard to watch.
Yeah, so it was against his last fight was against Ilia Topuria. Yeah, and that was just bad. It was bad. And he got banged out. Remember, he got buzzed and banged out in that first round.
Yuri Boyka. That's a good shout. Tom Cruise is another one. I would Tom Cruise versus Justin Bieber. I'm on board for that fight.
Wasn't there buzz about that?
Yeah, there was at one point.
That's just fucking stupid buzz.
Do you know who else I'd love to see in there? Like people who talk like, like gangsters that talk shit, like 50 Cent. I'd love to see 50 Cent up in there, like some rappers that talk
50 Cent was having beef with Floyd Mayweather for a little bit.
How about Nas and Tupac in the ring?
I think
there we go. These are the battles that we need. These are the epic rap battles of history that we need.
Yeah. It was actually a very good question.
Yeah, great question. Guys, anyone else have anything that you want to drop in the chat? Like any questions, any opinions? Keanu Reeves is legit. I fully agree with that. Keanu Reeves is one of the most legit film stars out there. His jiu-jitsu game is fucking badass. He's a fucking purple belt now. You know that, right?
You know who else is a strong jiu-jitsu player?
Dude.
Is Ashton Kutcher.
He is. Ashton Kutcher's a brown belt at the moment.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah. Who else is decent at...
I'd love to see Rogan in there, dude. Throwing kicks, dude, but it'd have to be Royd MMA. Rogan would be Royd MMA.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so we're just going to tee this up for you guys while we're still considering who we'd like to represent. Ryan Hall's 8-2. He's fighting out of TriStar, actually. So
Damn.
We'll see if Fareed Zahabi is in his corner, and he's fighting Derek Minner, who is 26-12. So he's fought 38 times.
That's brutal.
Yeah, and he's 26-12. He has 22 subs and 11 guillotines.
Wow.
So look out for the guillotine. That would be interesting because Ryan Hall, of course, wants to go to the ground, but Derek Minner has lethal submissions. So we'll see. Interesting to see how this goes. You know who else it reminds me of? That Ryan Hall, those Imanari rolls, where he wasn't getting close to being able to take him down. Damian Maia in his last couple fights trying to shoot. Yeah. He's like 39, 40 years old, and it was just sad on how he was not able to get close enough to wrap someone and take him down and then do his thing, which is, jiu-jitsu.
Bridgeburner saying, who are some of your favorite past, present MMA fighters? My past fave is Tito Ortiz and Wanderlei Silva. Past fighters. I mean, dude, you got to go with the Gracie. You got to go with the flying Gracie, Tank Abbott. I would say, dude, I mean, GSP is a hard one not to go with. I'm a fan of Dan Hardy as well. Matt Serra was a beast back in the day. Randy Couture. Vitor Belfort at one point was on an absolute...
When he was young, Vitor...
When he was roiding up, fucking Vitor was an absolute beast.
Marco Hua, king of the streets.
Yeah. So, dude, like, here's the thing. Like, Tom and I have been watching this shit for so long. It's hard for us really to pick a fighter. Back in 3 minutes, need to prepare for this stream, if you know what I mean. Oh, I know what you mean, future anime. I know what you mean, son. Go fucking... Fucking, you know, Andrei Arlovsky is a good shout as well.
He is a good shot. He's still around, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Arlovsky is now, you know, sort of the gatekeeper
Yeah.
at the heavyweight division for those young heavyweights that are coming through. But
I
yeah,
mean,
he's a good
dude,
shot.
Cain Velasquez. Can
Jesus.
we fucking Cain fucking Velasquez needs some fucking love as well? You know, like, really, like, there's so many old people, you know. Ubereem! Ubereem! Oh, dude, when Alistair Overeem was at his best, that's a good shout, actually. When Alistair Overeem wasn't getting his head snapped back by Francis Ngannou. My two picks have won so far, Jillian and Tony. Yeah,
Nice,
let's go, Queen Boudica. All
right,
Queen Boudica marauding the fucking thing, standing up to the Romans, conquering the bets. Let's go.
Queen Boudica, who do you got on that? Do you got Ryan Hall and Derek Minner? You got to announce. Let's do this right, Queen. You have to announce who your winners are before the fight starts, not after it ends, because we legit trust you. But let's do this right. The bridge burner. I used to rent VHS of UFCs and Pride at Hollywood Video. No shit, dude. Where at Hollywood Video? So I used to work at a place called Video Journeys in Silver Lake. So. I'm not sure if that's Hollywood Video like as a chain or Hollywood Video in Hollywood. Fedor, you know what sucks? This is what pisses me off. The UFC has basically...
Old Rampage.
Yeah, but the UFC has erased...
The Pride years.
Yeah, has erased the greatness of Fedor. And they're like, oh, this is a fight for the greatest heavyweight of all time between Daniel Cormier and Stipe Miocic. Dude, Cormier fought like 3 times in heavyweight in the UFC. I mean, like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, that is not the challenge for the best heavyweight of all time. So as far as body of work, yeah, Fedor is, like prime Fedor is tough to beat. But you're not going to get the UFC saying anything like that.
Robin, we do not show any fights. That is very illegal. What you can do is go find yourself a stream, whether it be illegal or legal, and then come back, come hang out, and you will have a great time hanging out with all of us. You, O'Keefe. Let's not forget Dan Henderson.
You O'Keefe?
You O'Keefe? What's up, Keith? Hey, man. What's up,
you
Keith?
O'Keefe?
So happy
We'll
to
see
have
you
you
on Thursday.
Dude, Dan Henderson is an absolute killer, dude. Dan Henderson is a beast.
They say, actually, you'll know this, you O'Keefe, that Dan Henderson was the grandfather of the first lethal low leg kicks, the outside low leg kicks that are now sort of taking over the sport. So those kicks were initiated by him back in the day.
McGregor, mate, you can find any stream legally through BT Sport if you're in the UK, with VPNs to ESPN, or you can find it illegally. However you find it, come on back to us and come hang out. We'd love to have you here. McGregor, and you, Keith, dude, we love you so much. Thank you for coming and joining. We love you massively. Thank you, Keith, and we're so hyped for Thursday. So hyped for Thursday.
You Keith, say hi to Yuo Jess.
yeah, exactly. Say hi to Yuo Jess, indeed.
All right, so we got Jason Herzog, man in the ring, along with Ryan Hall and Derek Minner. This is going to be interesting because Minner wants to get it to the ground so he can choke and strangle people. And Hall wants to get to the ground so he can be a jiu-jitsu player as well. So if they get to the ground, watch this be a standing fight now. Watch them both just fucking not go to the ground. Yeah. But literally Ryan Hall needs to get to the ground. This is his whole game. And there's a question of like, should he just be doing like ADCC, like top level jiu-jitsu, or should he be playing in the MMA sport? Looks like Jason Herzog is having trouble closing the cage.
The cage.
Which is crazy.
The cage is struggling. Yeah, they're struggling to close the cage, but the fight is about to start. You're saying Dan is one of the best knockouts ever. Always, you guys are the best. Cannot wait to play, my friends. Hey, looking forward to it, Keith. And Chael Sonnen was entertaining. You're not wrong. Chael Sonnen was exceedingly entertaining.
Chael Sonnen is still entertaining for different reasons. Here we go. We just started. So Ryan Hall comes out in the southpaw stance. And Minner comes out. He's switching stances. He's in the southpaw as well. So they're both southpaw, but Minner's switching stances. It looks like Minner wants to shoot. He's just kind of setting up for a shot right now, which is interesting because Hall wants to get to the ground as well. I wonder if Hall would just give up, just fall back into guard and let Minner take him down. But it might be dangerous because Minner is a killer with strangles. So he's won 22 fights and 11 of them have been guillotine strangles. So
Lots of interesting fakes coming from Minner right now. Lots of feigning over here, trying to distract Ryan Hall. Lots of movement from Minner.
Look over here.
Yeah. If I'm Minner, yeah, he's doing the right thing. He's attacking Ryan Hall's legs right now and just tearing him apart, taking away some of that explosive takedown power that Ryan Hall does have. Nice catch of the leg kick and counter there for Minner, and then big outside leg kick for Minner, ripping up the legs of Ryan Hall right now.
So Hall is, he's in the southpaw stance. He is standing, so technically he's in a striking position. But he's not interested in that. And there he goes for the first Imanari roll, digging for a leg.
Oh, he's got the leg. He's got the leg, and he's got the knee. To be fair, Minner's done a good job passing the knee. He's got a good job slipping the knee out. Once your knee is past the locking point, you are safe, and your knee is safe, and your ankle is safe. And back to the feet now. Minner doing a great job, but wow, another Imanari roll, and it's deep. Oh, it's deep. Because of the angle they are up against the cage, Ryan Hall wasn't able to do it, but ends up taking the mounted position, and Minner doing a great job reversing it, but Ryan Hall, at the moment, you've got Minner digging for a single leg, and Ryan Hall trying to counter. A nice dig from Minner right now, really nicely done, and Ryan Hall doing a really good job to make sure that he doesn't get sat back and controlled here in this position. But Ryan Hall slick with those Imanari rolls, dipping under very quickly.
How would you like to have Ryan Hall in your jiu-jitsu class? And you're like, you're rotating around, you got Ryan Hall. Before you know it, your leg is completely wrapped. Like, he is so deceptively quick.
Going for an inverted triangle there, and Minner manages to break off, and they're back to their feet.
Ryan Hall is really an interesting MMA UFC fighter. There's no one really quite like him. That his whole game is to almost wow.
Big uppercut from Minner that landed, and another one. He's rocked Ryan Hall.
Ryan Hall is now looking. Ryan Hall, his strategy is so bizarre. Like his fighting style is just something we just don't see very much.
Two big uppercuts.
He's buzzed now. Ryan Hall is buzzed again, and the novelty of Ryan Hall is wearing off. He's now getting manhandled by Minner.
Minner gets taken down. Minner's looking to perform. Wow, big elbow from the top. Wow, shalom, Nia, what's up? Pleasure to have you. Ryan Hall looking to rotate for an armbar, and throws a nice up kick there that actually clips Minner. Ryan Hall sat on his back, inviting Minner to come into his guard, and he digs for a leg and looks to roll. Minner doing a good job to counter the roll, keeping it in the dogfight position. Ryan Hall managing to roll, and he is wrapping the leg, and he's got the heel hook in. He's got the heel hook, and he's past the knee.
But Minner's fighting with his other leg, so it's...
But Minner's done a good job to scramble out right there.
The Bridge Burner says, do you guys cover boxing too, or just MMA?
Sometimes the ridiculous boxing events we do cover just for shits and giggles, but typically, no, we don't do boxing because they're often on UFC nights.
Yeah, we've done the Tyson Roy Jones fight. We've done did we do any of the bullshit trailer fights?
Currently, Minner has a lockdown on Ryan Hall. He's got a lockdown half guard. So a lockdown, for you guys who don't know, is basically creating like a triangle position that you would throw on someone's neck, but around someone's leg. And it almost nearly fully disables that leg from that bottom position. And right now, Minner's in a really good place. He needs to look for double underhooks here, though, if he wants to be able to create the old school sweep or actually transition to the electric chair submission. However, it looks like he's happy to stay shrimped on the side at the moment. He should be looking to make some space, get double underhooks, and from the double underhooks, look to whip up and then and rip either a submission or sweep Ryan Hall onto his back and take that top position again.
Ryan Hall is, this is where Ryan Hall wants this fight, though. He doesn't want to be striking with Minner. Minner had a very, very clear advantage on the feet, landing an uppercut and landing a couple other strikes that actually buzzed Ryan Hall. And then Ryan Hall just dove to the ground and was in survival mode. And he makes it out of the first round, which is better than the last fight. Last fight didn't last through the first round. Nia says, hey, Nia, what's up, by the way? Good to see you. Thanks for coming back. Jake Paul versus Tyron. Yeah, I don't know. Like, we saw that, didn't we? Like, yeah. What's your point, Nia?
two of the best boxers in the world.
Fair. Okay, I got your point now.
Yeah, we get your point now. Indeed, two of the best boxers, wink face. Yo, Becky, our normal moderator who's taking the night off, hopping in the chat to say hello. Hey, Bex, what's up? Pleasure to have you in the chat. And I hope you're having a good night off. Get out of here. It's your night off. Get out of here, Becky. Go have some fun. But hey, guys, it's been such a pleasure having so many of you guys here with us tonight. There's been around about 15 to 30 of you guys in the chat dipping in and out. So
across
please,
the 3 channels.
I was going to say across our 3 platforms. So please share this stream out if you're having a good time. And thank you for joining us, the father and son team, Homie and the Dude, as we get into the second round of Ryan Hall versus
Derek Minner.
Derek Minner. Man, I feel like Minner is so close to Miller.
Minor. Oh,
Oh!
you went Miller. I went Minor.
Wow.
Aren't you
interesting.
fascinated by Hall, though? Like, he's in the UFC,
Yeah.
and his style is just so weird. Like,
Nice body kick from Ryan Hall to open up the round there, actually.
he's a breath of just different style, and I know everyone's got different strengths, but Ryan Hall is so clearly hunting ankles and feet for those leg locks that it's crazy. And like the last fight, though, he's at a decided disadvantage when he's striking, so he needs to get it to the ground. Oh, he leads with a nice left knee that landed on Minner. Minner comes in again.
1-2 that lands.
And what happens? Hall gets buzzed and he digs for a leg. And now he's got a leg and he's in a position where he's just more comfortable. He's more comfortable in these wrapped up positions where, for many of us, we'd be thinking that this is very, very uncomfortable. He now has Minner in his guard.
Yeah. And Thuya, thank you so much for liking and following on Facebook. Welcome to La Familia. If any of you other people watching want to join La Familia, all you have to do is follow us on Twitter, like and follow on Facebook, or subscribe to the YouTube. All of them if you want to be a super family member. But if you want to do one of those things...
If you're a family member, you get Christmas presents.
You do get Christmas presents. If you're a family member, you get discounts to some of our amazing TTRPG content. And not to mention, you get to watch all of our content, which is cool.
Yeah.
And you get to see all of our amazing podcasts with people like Bruce Buffer, Arnold Allen, Mason Jones, Corey McKenna, Mike Grundy. Amazing UFC fighters.
Yeah, we've had a really good run of UFC fighters. And we've got an exciting 2022 lined up as well. It looks like
he's digging for a leg again. He's going for a triangle.
Well, he's going for an armbar, isn't he?
No, he's got a triangle. And now he's going for an armbar.
Going for an armbar now.
Ryan Hall digging for the armbar, and he's got it. Oh, beautiful slam from Minner that loosens up the position and returns him to the guard. Minner really saving himself there with that pick up and slam.
That's crazy. Ryan Hall is relentlessly looking for submissions, and he needs to get himself in position to hunt an ankle, to hunt a neck, an arm, and he's in his guard. So unfortunately, he's up against the cage, which makes pivoting over and getting an arm or a neck a little bit more complicated. But he's comfortable. He's just more comfortable on the ground, isn't he?
Yeah. Oh, big elbow from Minner there. Ryan Hall throwing some some heels to the kidney. Oh, big elbow from Minner there as well.
Yeah, so Nia, are you actually going to watch and pay for that Jake Paul versus Tyron again? Or are you just kind of positioning that as the joke that many people think it is? Including me, I think it's a joke.
Yeah, I mean, it's
a cash grab.
Yeah, it's a cash grab.
It's fucking smash and grab.
Ryan Hall looking to dig the leg of Minner while taking some ground and pound here and there. Here we go. Now he's got a triangle on. He's got a triangle. There we go. Triangle is in. The triangle. Oh, big elbows from Ryan Hall. Wow. Oh, Ryan Hall dropping huge elbows from the triangle position. And it is a deep triangle. Ryan Hall has got this deep. He needs to pass this arm. Yep. He's almost past the arm. Minner doing a good job to keep the arm in to avoid the potential armbar that is going there. And Minner's doing a good job stacking the position. Wow, Ryan Hall switches the triangle to the other side and switches it back to the other side.
Wow, he just keeps switching. Wow,
big elbows there from Ryan Hall. And this is so tight, he's squeezing now. Wow, big elbows from Ryan Hall, and he is squeezing. If this is the moment, this is what Ryan Hall needs. Oh, he's going for the armbar, and oh, wow. Minner doing a good job. Here we go.
Look, just uncontested elbows to the head that Ryan Hall's able to. It's almost like he's in a. This is a similar position as someone being in a crucifix, where you just cannot defend.
There you go. Minner has managed to slip his head out the back there, but Ryan Hall has done a good job trapping the arm of Minner, almost giving like an omoplata. There we go, omoplata coming in from Ryan Hall right now from
Wrenching
the bottom.
look at that shoulder. That shoulder's just getting separated.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. Deep omoplata right now. Deep omoplata from Ryan Hall right now.
It's incredible. Ryan Hall is, I mean, he is the wizard. His nickname's the wizard, and on the ground, just some of the shit that he pulls is crazy.
So omoplata requires, currently he's using the correct defense. Munez using good defense here by keeping it in his hip and keeping it locked in. The moment his hand gets pulled from under his hip, Ryan Hall can begin wrenching that arm and twisting it and looking to dislocate that shoulder. But Munez doing a great job defending right now. Ryan Hall making the most of just landing a little bit of ground and pound from this position. But Munez was looking at Jason Herzog a minute ago, basically just saying that nothing was happening. Bridgeburn saying, thank you for covering this. Bridgeburn, thank you for fucking being here. We fucking appreciate you. You're awesome. Everyone here is awesome.
Nice breakdown.
And yeah, there we go, guys. Homie and the Dude giving you the best play-by-play in the freaking world.
I'll tell you what, Ryan Hall, how crazy was that, what just went down? He's literally, I mean, he is a magician.
Look at his cardio, though. Barely breathing.
Yeah.
Barely breathing.
Because this is all he does all day long. I don't think he does, you know, he does the minimum amount of striking just to walk into the cage, but he's just hunting BJJ the whole time. That's all he's doing. And it's interesting to see that he's 8-2. He is in the UFC. He's on a pay-per-view. He's built a career out of being so one-dimensional. It's really, really interesting to watch. And here we go. This is round 3. Ryan Hall actually breaks into a smile because this fight is going the way he wants it to. It's not like the last one where he wasn't even able to get his opponent on the ground. He's now able to get his opponent on the ground. And once he does, it gets super interesting because his creativity comes in. He's one of the more creative UFC fighters that we see on the roster.
Here you go, guys. Oh, nice head kick from Ryan Hall there.
And they start round 3. And right now, you'd have to say Ryan Hall definitely won the second round. I'm going to have to say Minner probably won the first round just because he dazed Ryan Hall, even though Ryan Hall gets dazed again and just goes for another lockup, goes for another triangle, has another triangle. He literally falls to the ground and gets Minner in a triangle again. Minner breaks out of the triangle, and now Ryan Hall has him in his guard. But it's insane how Hall can jump into weird positions and then negotiate himself into triangles, into leg locks. He's really, really interesting in how he can do that. He just spins around now, goes for the leg lock. So spins all the way around, trying to get that leg lock and the knee if he can. And it's almost like he's like an alligator, man. He's fucking twisting around. He's got the knee.
His knee is passed.
Yeah, but the exchange has been fascinating by what Ryan Hall has been able to do. And he's controlling. You know, he's controlling while they're on the ground. Ryan Hall is in a place that he's most comfortable. To be fair, Minner now has Ryan Hall's leg wrapped, but not in any kind of advantageous position. He's actually vulnerable to these hammer fists that Hall is delivering from the top position.
You now have Hall in the half guard, he's passed into side control now. Strong shoulder pressure down on Minner's neck from Ryan Hall. Oh, he might actually try and submit him here with that shoulder pressure. Oh, he passes into mount. He passes transitions over into mount from side control by doing the knee on belly transition.
Interesting to see what Hall's game is on in mount position. Where his sub game is here, because he's lethal from the bottom.
Yeah.
He's lethal when he's digging even when he's standing, digging for a heel. But he's now putting pressure, shoulder pressure onto Minner's chin, basically, and it has a very, very high sort of full mount position.
Queen Boudica saying, I believe Ryan's winning. I would agree with you currently based on how this round's going. Bridgeburn saying, I refuse to watch any of the Jake Paul fights. That's good for you.
Dude, here's the dilemma. I kind of, wow. I'll tell you what, Ryan Hall, for being a featherweight, he looks like he's really heavy, like he's a lead blanket.
To get that arm, he's really looking to get that, he's looking for an arm triangle right now, and is really trying to squeeze it, and he's really, really, really just squeezing, slowly working this arm triangle. And on Minner right now is Ryan Hall. Keith saying, if you got the cardio and the ability, hard to beat. You're not wrong at all, Keith. Not wrong at all.
I'll tell you what, Ryan Hall is still trying to squeeze in this triangle and wrap this arm-in triangle. And it's been really impressive to see him completely disable Minner's game. Minner is a striker. Minner is he's got his own submission game, but Ryan Hall is kind of like he's like a python, man. He's like a fucking, you know what I mean? Like when he slowly progresses to more advantageous positions. This is crazy how he's doing this. Because
there you go. Oh, he's nearly there. He's nearly there with the arm triangle. He's getting very. Oh, there he is.
He's got it with one arm though. He's got it. The arm is pinned with one arm.
That's isolated now. Yep. Now Ryan Hall, all he has to do is begin cinching up and pass over. He needs to pass his legs over to the left-hand side of Minner right now and begin squeezing the life out of Minner. Minner doing a good job defending by doing what they call answering the phone. So by putting his hand up to his ear and squeezing outwards, it means that he does defend himself. But Ryan Hall is beginning to cinch this up, and there we go. He's locked his hands together. And nicely done from Minner. He's got his hand into the legs of Ryan Hall and is going to try and buck Ryan Hall off by throwing him off and maybe try and sneak out the back door. But Ryan Hall doing a good job controlling this position from the top. So heavy. Elite control from Ryan Hall right now.
It's
very
really
strong.
Super impressive what he's been doing. Some of our friends have arrived from the fight to talk soon, my friends. Awesome stream. Thanks, yo.
Much
Keith.
love, Keith. See you on Thursday. Looking forward to the game, and have a great evening with your friends.
Thanks for stopping by, yo, Keith. Ryan definitely won this. Well, at this point, I think you're right. Queen Boudica Radiant. It's been a really impressive victory by Ryan Hall.
Oh, here we go. Now he's sunk it in. Oh, wow. Right at the last second, he almost sunk it in. And some phenomenal fighting there, but Ryan Hall is going to take that one via unanimous decision, likely. Unless the refs are 100% striking.
He gets buzzed.
Refs, judges.
He gets buzzed a couple times. Every time he gets buzzed, he drops for an ankle or drops down into his guard. And it's really effective. He had a sequence where he had Minner in numerous triangles, leg triangles. He looked for arm bars, he looked for leg locks, and then at the end, he just had top position. And I just said, I wonder what Ryan Hall's top position is with his jiu-jitsu game, and I guess we just got the answer. It's
arm triangle.
Really heavy, using shoulder position and just digging for that arm triangle. Really good.
Much love, Keith. And Boudica saying 3 for 3. Let's go, Boudica! Let's go! Let's fucking go! You got this. Let's see if you can go. Let's see how many in a row you can get. I reckon you're gonna get 5 in a row, and then you'll miss it. But who have you got in this next one? Who have you got coming up in the next one? Also, guys, we've got about 25 of you amazing people in the stream at the moment. Let us know where you are watching from tonight and who you are here to support. Also, if this is your first Homie and the Dude stream, please get loud. We want to interact with you guys. We want to shout you out. We want to let you know how much we love you guys. So please feel free to hop in the chat so we can give you guys some love. We've had a couple people subscribe to the YouTube channel. We've had a couple people like and follow on Facebook. If you like what we do, please head over and subscribe to the YouTube channel, like and follow on Facebook, and you become part of La Familia. Ryan Hall winning that one via unanimous decision, shrugging at the camera there. Absolutely awesome. You can see my UFC picks on the UFC pre-fight show, by the way, just so you know. I'm not lying. Amazing. Dustin, says Nia. Miranda. Nice. We got Miranda. I believe, nice. Let me see what's up next. So next we have Miranda Maverick versus Erin Blanchfield. Miranda Maverick is being considered one of the most exciting prospects under 25 years old. Bob Andy, thank you so much for hosting us. Really appreciate you doing that over on Twitch. You're a freaking legend. We appreciate you. And yeah, thank you, Bob Andy. You're a great member of the Familia. One that sits next to me at Thanksgiving, I believe. Queen Boo, I'm watching from California. Hey, where in Cali are you watching from, Boudica? I love Cali. I want you to get big on Twitch. Thanks, Bob Andy. Really, really appreciate it. We hope to one day be a bit more bigger on Twitch. Starting next year, we will be doing more live streams, so please keep your eye out for that, and we'll be around for that. Yo, Kyle Ward is messaging us on Facebook asking what time the main event starts. Can you give him a message?
Yeah. Fucking the main event being the Oliveira.
The main card. No, sorry, main card.
3 a.m. our time, which is Kyle's in Florida, so that's 5 hours behind, so it's 10 p.m. his time.
Oh, awesome, cool. Rick Smith saying I'm in Australia. Yo, Rick, what's going on in Australia?
Yo, Rick.
Yo, Rick. What's going on in Australia? How's the weather out there, dude? I imagine as we're coming up to December, it's getting pretty hot for you at the moment. I've traveled a little bit of the east coast of Australia. I've done, Brisbane. Where's the first place I went to up north? I can't remember where that was.
That was Brisbane, wasn't it?
No, Brisbane was the second one. But I've been to like Sydney, Brisbane, a couple of little places dotted along there. Yeah, Oz is lush. Bro saying, I'm not so currently on UFC roster. Who would you guys say is #1 most popular fighters today? Good question. Boudica saying Newport is Orange County. Newport in Orange County. Nice, awesome. Pleasure to have you.
That is very nice, actually. That's very sweet.
Yeah, Maverick is a beast. I'm near Cairns. Yes, that's where it was. Cairns. Yes. Okay, I visited Cairns. I had some dirty ass hash in Cairns and all the frickin' bats in Cairns. I have never seen anything like the bats in Cairns just flying around. Like that shit is like a fucking cloud of bats that flies over your head at times. It's crazy. That shit's wild, man. I'm not sure if you like. Did you shoot bats for fun? I don't know. Like, what's the situation with the bats? How do you deal with that living near Cairns?
While you're answering that, I'm gonna just chime in with
#1 most popular fighter.
Yeah, most popular fighters. It's sad to say, but right now I would say the most controversial fighters are the most popular. So you got Conor McGregor because he's just chirping the loudest, and people love him. But beyond him, I think Francis Ngannou could be a huge fighter. Israel Adesanya is big, Max Holloway. Like, look at the champions. If you go down the list of the champions, most of them are really popular. But then you also have like crowd favorites like Tony Ferguson. When we get a Tony Ferguson fight, Tony Ferguson fans come out of the woodworks.
Yeah.
A lot of the Dagestani fighters have a big following in places outside of Europe and America. So huge followings. You got some Brazilian fighters. Jose Aldo is huge in Brazil. So yeah.
It really just depends. Like, if you're talking about world popularity, Conor McGregor still kind of sits at the top of the pedestal, sadly. Now that Khabib is retired, like Khabib was like kind of close in that sense.
I think Khabib was at the end of Khabib's career, the following that he had outside of Europe and outside of America was huge. We can tell by how things trend in a certain way on how the areas that people are following us or coming onto the streams. And Khabib's following was rabid and huge.
Yeah,
it was massive. So amongst the Muslim world, so
it was wild. Bob Andy saying Nunes gets no credit. Dude, you're right. Nunes is one of the best fighters ever. But in terms of popularity, no one cares. Let's talk about Amanda Nunes. She is a woman. She is a POC, she is a lesbian, and she is a 2-division champion. If a young girl has ever needed a role model more, it is Amanda Nunes. Why are people fetishizing people like Rihanna, Nicki Minaj, when you have incredible women like Amanda Nunes who exist in this world, who are proud to be the race that she is, from the place that she is, the gender that she is, the sexuality that she is, and she's a 2-division champion. What an incredible woman. What an amazing person to look up to in this world.
Yeah.
What an amazing person.
She's one of our favorites, for sure. She's one of our favorites. She's like, but Bodie was asking me, what's your highlight of all of the years we've been watching MMA? And the image that came to mind was Nunes smoking Cyborg in that first round. Yeah, that was the one that came to light. Let me just set the stage for this next fight, because this is an exciting young women's flyweight fight. You got Miranda Maverick, who has a bit of hype behind her, and she's fighting Erin Blanchfield. Maverick is 9-3. Blanchfield is 7-1. Blanchfield is from the Renzo Gracie school, and Maverick is the House of Muay Thai. A lot of people think Maverick has a really, really strong and bright career, but this is going to be a test for her. So we'll see how this shakes out between Maverick and Blanchfield. Looking forward to this one because this could set the stage for the next generation of the flyweight division.
Mm-hmm. Maverick beat Barber last fight? Question mark.
Yeah. Macy Barber.
I love how you wrote a statement and just added a question mark as if that made it a question. Bob Andy, that was quite funny. I'm remembering, or am I remembering that completely wrong? I don't know. What was it, Macy Barber? Who did she beat last?
I'll show you right now. So her last couple fights are, she lost to Macy Barber.
She lost to Macy Barber.
Split decision loss to Macy Barber. She beat Jillian Robertson. So Jillian Robertson started the night and got a victory. Other big wins for Maverick. You know, she lost her first fight and then won 8 in a row. And it says she's 9-3, but I only see one loss. Oh, maybe she lost her first 2 fights. Lost her first 2 fights, then won 9, and then lost her last one.
Also, guys, just a massive thing. We will be making a massive announcement about something that Tom and I have been working on just before the main event of tonight. So if you want to hear that announcement, if you're a fan of Homie and the Dude, or you just have become a fan of Homie and the Dude, stick around for our big announcement of the evening on something that we have been working on that we're so excited to be launching next year, hopefully for you guys.
When do you think that's going to launch?
I reckon
we can't tell you what it is quite yet. We will tell you what it is specifically here when the main card starts. But
I reckon probably mid next year.
I think mid next year as well.
Yeah, I think so.
And it's something that when we announce it to you, it's something that if you love MMA, it could be something for you to give a try or to think about passing it along to someone else or that type of thing.
Queen Boudica saying I'm picking Miranda for this one, and then Eric
Anders
for the next fight, and Bob Andy saying awesome, can't wait. Hey, we can't wait to tell you. I have been busting my ass on this, guys, so I'm excited to share it with you, guys.
But you know what, Boudica's actually doing what I asked them.
Yeah, Boudica's smashing it. Boudica's smashing it.
I know, and I was just like, yo, Boudica, just to keep this completely transparent, because I know you are picking correctly, but some people might be thinking, yeah, well, you're just telling us you picked that fighter after the fight's over. So now you're announcing it beforehand, which is completely legit.
Crushing it.
So we're going to count all those wins. So you're 4 in a row right now?
Oh, bing bong, Greg Smith in the chat. What's up? What's up, Greg? How you doing, my man? Pleasure to have you back. Greg, a long time bing bonger of Homie and the Dude. We love Greg here at Homie and the Dude. Guys, everyone who comes back, we can't tell you how much we appreciate it. It's so nice to see names that we recognize and meet you guys. And, you know, when we do eventually get out to some of these conventions like PAX Unplugged and, you know, some of these other content creator conventions, we hope that some of our regulars, you'll come out and seek us out and find us. The bridge burner saying facts. What's up, says Greg. What's up, dude? Yes, I understand, says Queen Boudica.
No, it's just legitimizing your shit, Queen Boudica. You've been on a fucking roll.
You're a beast. We just want people. We don't want anyone to have the ability to question you, Boudica, because at the moment you are a demon with these predictions. You're a demon. You're a phenom out here.
So Boudica says Maverick and then Eric Anders. So let's see. I'm with you with Maverick, and I'm actually with you with Anders as well. So those are 2 strong predictions. And also Anders' nickname is Yeah Boy. So.
Also, guys, just so you know, my gamer tag is Yeah Boy. So
is it Yeah Boy or is it
It's Yeah Boy? Which, guys, don't judge me for that. I made that when I was like literally like 12, and it's just never changed. Like, you know, what is your most embarrassing gamer tag or like username? Let us know in the chat. That's a fun one.
That's a tasty one.
I used to like Cyborg said the bridge burner. Dude, I love Cyborg. Dude, I don't. Like, here's what I'll say. I love Cyborg, and I didn't stop loving her when Munoz banged her out. But I'll tell you one thing. That definitely, like, put a stop to, like, the invincibility train of
Chris Cyborg.
of Chris Cyborg. But I'll tell you what, I'm still a massive fan of Cyborg. I'm such a huge Cyborg fan. It was great to see her smash that chick like last week or a week ago, 2 weeks ago, last week or fucking. Did you just hear that shit, dude?
Dude, speaking of embarrassing handles, what's our moderator's handle?
I know,
Bag of
dude.
orange peels or
I
something.
know,
What is it fucking?
Incredible. Bridgeburn saying, did you guys like Brock Lesnar as an MMA fighter? Hell yeah, dude.
I didn't.
Here's what I say to this, dude. If you're gonna come across sports and be a champion, because he was a champion.
True.
If you're gonna come across sports and be a champion, I am on board with you. Like, if you're gonna put in the work and come into our sport, dude, CM Punk is who I disrespect. Like, fuck you, CM Punk. But Lesnar came in and competed.
No, it's true. Here's the thing about Lesnar.
Both respect to them because they step in the cage. But if we're talking about like one compared to the other, Lesnar's a fucking beast compared to someone like CM Punk.
Lesnar is a beast. He's legit a beast. But the problem with Lesnar is he was brought in strictly because he was going to bring in fans, and it worked. And he is very limited. And when he fought someone with skills, he struggled. The other thing that I have a problem with Lesnar about is, when he fought Mark Hunt, it has now been substantiated legally that the UFC did not bring him into the drug testing pool. He was jacked to the gills on performance-enhancing drugs. He fought Mark Hunt and blasted him out. And Hunt is actually in court right now to dispute how that whole thing went down and seeking damages. So I felt uneasy about how that whole Lesnar UFC relationship went down.
That's totally a reasonable one. Damn, these girls mean business. Look at them. This one's gonna rock. I totally agree with you. Bob Andy saying Lesnar versus Uberine was one of the best fights in the juicy days.
It was.
You're not wrong at all. Also, Saw Waho, thank you so much for liking and following on Facebook. Welcome to La Familia as these two women engage in the center of the ring.
And immediately you see, even though Miranda Maverick is 20, I think she's 24, 25 years old, her striking is a high level of striking. So she's coming at angles. You know, you almost get, now she does get taken down. And this could be a situation where, remember, Erin Blanchfield is from the Renzo Gracie school. So we're going to test Miranda Maverick's ground game right now. Because Erin Blanchfield, you're not part of the Renzo Gracie gym. And don't know your way around the mat. So Maverick is doing okay right now by wrapping in a sort of a defensive way, just trying to keep herself.
Wow. Good control from Blanchfield.
Blanchfield doing a good job. Maverick gets up to her feet though. Maverick's pretty strong, but Blanchfield just crushes her to the ground. Literally, like, head drives her into the ground. And Blanchfield has really good top control right now from the back, and she's just controlling Maverick. She now wraps it. Well, she tried to wrap a hook in and then came back out in a side position right now.
Oh, big knee from Blanchfield. Blanchfield controlling so strong by just controlling the outside wrist. Beautiful little toss there, a little hip trip there from Blanchfield. Blanchfield doing a good job to power through Maverick right now, but she has ended up in the guard of Miranda Maverick, and Miranda is trying to set up a triangle right now by isolating the left arm to hopefully loop up and sneak a leg in. But you see Blanchfield chucking a nice overhand left that lands with not much force to the side of Maverick's head. Nice pass, beautiful pass from Blanchfield to get into the half guard. She passes the knee, and you can see Maverick doing a really good job trying to transition. Beautiful butterfly hook, beautiful butterfly guard game from Amanda Maverick right now. But she does end up getting past, and she's almost got her back. Blanchfield is doing a really good job to keep it in. Wow, Maverick, really good job to regain that guard position, that full guard position.
Maverick's getting tested, so this is now. Maverick's a young fighter, and the reason we like MMA is because you get tested across all of the disciplines. And Miranda Maverick, really high skilled as a striker, and she's going to have to deal with this. She's going to have to contend with people that want to take her to the ground. It reminds us you know, other fighters that don't want to go to the ground. You think about Kevin Holland or Darren Till. These fighters are struggling when they get to the ground because they're so dominant when they're on their feet. And Miranda Maverick gets taken down again. Just a Bag of Old Orange says, my dad made my Xbox account when I was 9. The gamer tag was Champion Ben. Nice one. And he was almost like a fortune teller, because you are a champion, Ben.
This is true. What time is the main card on? 3?
It's on at 10 p.m. Eastern time. The Bridge Burner says Maverick will win. Okay, let's. I want to see that, because right now Maverick's being tested. She's not winning this round. Blanchfield has complete top control, and Maverick is. You know, the problem with this, Bridge Burner, is if Maverick is being dominated this much on the ground in the first round, is Blanchfield just going to hunt another opportunity to get it on the ground again? Because she doesn't really have to do anything decisive to end the fight, but she can just have this top control in different positions, whether she's trying to get into full mount, whether she's trying to get a sneaky sub, whether she's in side control. And right now, Maverick doesn't have a good answer to that. The good news is this round's going to be over in 10 seconds, and Maverick will be able to start round 2 on her feet and be in a place where she's back on her feet again now. So round 1 ends with both women on their feet.
Bridge Burner saying first gamer tag was Bird Droppings XX. Wow, that's a rough one. And Bob Andy saying, saw that you guys are into skateboarding too. Absolutely awesome. I have been skateboarding for nearly 14 years of my life. And we actually had Aaron Jaws fucking Hamoki on our podcast on 420. We had Aaron Jaws Hamoki on our podcast. So please go check out our podcast with Aaron Jaws Hamoki if you enjoy skateboarding. We also have interviewed the likes of William Spencer, Jeff Stevens, and, you know, a few other skateboarders as well. So if you dive into our podcast, you can find those. And I'll tell you what, Jaws was amazing.
It's a great podcast.
Incredible podcast.
The nicest guy ever. Yeah, really, really good couple hours that we spent with him. Okay, it's round 2. Let's see if Miranda Maverick can turn this around. You got to give it to Aaron Blanchfield right now as far as the first round. But Maverick is... Yeah, dude, the Leon 25!
We did talk about that as well. If you want to hear him talk about that, we asked him some very deep questions that aren't the standard things you'd hear on the 9 Club or things like that. So definitely check out that interview.
All right, so here we go. Maverick is on her feet in the southpaw stance, really wanting to keep it here. So she's making sure that she has her distance control, but also in a position where she can strike. And Blanchfield is closing distance.
Nice counters from Blanchfield right
Both
now.
of them landing decent punches. And Blanchfield again takes Maverick.
Beautiful hip throw.
Nice judo hip throw.
Beautiful freaking. Oh, that was just gorgeous. Outside hip toss basically, and
Yeah.
And she's ended up in the guard of Mavericks again.
And this is a problem for Maverick. Although Maverick is in her own guard, she needs to get up. So she has now scooched over to the fence, which is helpful at this point. And she can possibly use the cage as an angle to get herself up. She's got herself to her knees, and now she has gotten herself up to 1 foot and 1 knee. But Blanchfield is putting a lot of pressure on her neck. Wow. Just driving her neck and head to the ground and controlling that top position. And Blanchfield has the answers right now. When they're grappling, when they're in any kind of positional change on the ground, Blanchfield has the answers.
Nice elbow from Blanchfield as they get back to their feet.
Blanchfield separates, allows Maverick up, and then shoots immediately again. Tries to wrap Maverick and does wrap Maverick and gets her back down again.
Nice. Shoots him for a double leg and manages to put Maverick on the canvas for the second time in round 2, and she manages to pass into the half guard, transition into the half guard of Miranda Maverick right now. Do you know what? Blanchfield is just putting on a gorgeous display of jiu-jitsu and wrestling right now. Just phenomenal. Nice bridge out there for Miranda Maverick, but she ends up in a crucifix position here by accident, which is not where she wants to be. And wow, this is going to be how it ends. This is going to be how it ends. Big elbows from Blanchfield here. And oh my God, Miranda Maverick is fighting this as much as she can, but you've got to think it's only so long before the ref ends this. Some strong control here from Blanchfield. And Blanchfield is now looking for a Kimura on the top. No, she releases and goes back to doing some ground and pound. Wow, she almost had that leg, and now she's going for the Kimura. No, it's the Americana. She's going for an Americana. Oh my God, that was almost bad.
She's going for a submission Americana right now. I'll tell you what, Blanchfield's super, super impressive with her jiu-jitsu play right now. She has dominated Maverick on the ground, and this is not what Maverick wanted in this fight at all. Maverick was positioning herself to get into a striking match, to out-strike Blanchfield, and this has been nothing of the sorts. Blanchfield has just had control throughout this entire series on the ground, and Maverick has really struggled. And to be fair, Maverick is lucky to still be in this fight, because there's been a couple times.
Another crucifix here for Blanchfield again. Another crucifix.
Wow.
And Miranda is doing everything she can to hide her head and not receive any damage. She's looking to lock up maybe a triangle of her own from the bottom here.
Yeah, it's not in the best position to do that. And now Blanchfield changes position, still hunting that arm of Miranda Maverick. Now they're in a north-south position, but Blanchfield is still in control.
She's going for an inverted triangle, but Blanchfield doing a good job defending at this point. Still in this north-south position, and you've got Queen Boudica saying very impressed with Erin, the improvements that they've made to striking and how strong they're on the ground. Going for an armbar here is Blanchfield. Oh no, she's going for a Kimura. She's going for a mounted Kimura. This will be the third mounted Kimura we've seen in like 2 months, which is crazy.
Islam Makhachev showed us how to do it, and it looks like other people have taken notes, because she's going for a top mount Kimura, which is crazy when you think about how that actually, the physics of that. And Chris how do you pronounce it?
Chris Tione.
Tione is looking very careful. And I'll tell you what, Miranda Maverick has been taken completely out of her game. She's just in survival mode, trying to survive one sub after another.
You can see, though, that she does have high-level jiu-jitsu. You can tell she does, because she is defending these submissions correctly, and she's being very careful. Oh, she's going for an armbar now. She's got the armbar, and you can see Miranda Maverick instantly transitioning to the spider web there. Nicely done from Miranda Maverick to wrap the head of Blanchfield to negate this armbar position almost entirely.
Wow, cranking the neck.
Going for a triangle and cranking the head here.
Wow. Look at that, really cranking the neck.
Going for a scissor choke. She's going for a scissor choke. She's going for a scissor choke on Blanchfield, and Blanchfield almost got choked out there with that scissor choke, actually.
That was crazy.
She was going purple, actually.
Yeah, I saw
that. That was real close. Boudica saying, I think I'm losing this pick. Well, I'll tell you what, so far that's 2 rounds to Blanchfield for sure. For sure. Look at the shoulders of Miranda Maverick. She's jacked.
She's
absolutely jacked. She looks redonkulous. Look at those traps. Dear Lord.
I think your point is really good, though. Although she is getting out, she's just getting beaten on the ground. She's not like she's getting dominated and subbed out in the first round. She's competing on the ground. It's just there's a different level that Erin Blanchfield is bringing to the jiu-jitsu. Maverick isn't completely getting drowned, but it's almost like a blue belt wrestling or playing against a brown belt in jiu-jitsu. There's just a little bit more understanding of angles, of weight, of transitions, of the subtleties of the ground game that Erin Blanchfield is putting on Maverick that is complicating things right now for her. But start the third round standing again. Maverick must be thinking to herself, I got to keep this fucking thing on my feet, otherwise I'm done. And Maverick needs a finish. So she goes for a leg kick and a spinning back fist, misses both. But I like her attitude. Goes for a 1-2, which is really nice as well, a jab and an uppercut that misses, but she knows, she can tell, you can feel the urgency. Oftentimes when fighters are this urgent, they come in with combinations that set themselves up for a takedown because they're closing distance to make it almost easy for the other fighter that wants to get it to the ground to just wrap them up and get it to the ground. So let's see what happens with Maverick here. But Maverick is throwing hands, trying to turn the tide of this and essentially needs a stoppage, but it doesn't look like her striking is doing anything significant to Erin Blanchfield right now.
Shout out to Kyle Ward saying stop in to say hi. then head into B-dubs to watch. Talk to you soon. Hey, look forward to talking to you when you get in the chat, Kyle. I hope you make it safe to wherever you're watching from tonight, my brother.
Good hearing you, Kyle. Oh, nice little combination by Maverick there. So a little 1-2 and then a side kick to the head. That was almost like your karate combination that you used to do. Nice combination. Maverick now goes hunting for a takedown, but this isn't the recipe for her to win this fight. She's not gonna. I don't think she has the submission game to end the fight on Blanchfield on the ground. You know, her best chance at this point is some sort of combination strike and kick to buzz Blanchfield, but Blanchfield takes Maverick down beautifully again. So grab the single leg and then put a sneaky foot in to trip her, and Maverick is now on the ground with 3 minutes and 20 seconds of the third round, and this is not looking good. To your point, Queen Boudica, this does not bode well for Miranda Maverick. Yeah, not good. And she's now almost in a... Is she...
So she just, there you go. So Blanchfield just transitioned again into side control, and she's passed over into side control and is now really strong and really heavy from the side control position and is looking for the crucifix again. You can see her almost doing the same thing that Ryan Hall was doing, wiggling that arm up ever so slowly.
Yeah, it's a problem right now for Maverick in that there's a vulnerability in her game that Blanchfield has found, which is positionally Blanchfield has been able to find that crucifix position. Now Blanchfield has 2 hooks in and is now fighting hands with Maverick, and now she just sunk. I think Maverick has got her chin tucked, but Blanchfield has 1 hook in now. Maverick's doing a good job. Look, Maverick is doing a great job of battling, defending herself, and staying out of being completely subbed. But you know, she is being handled on the ground. She's just not being subbed on the ground.
Yeah.
So give her this sort of survival mode jiu-jitsu. She's doing well with that. But as far as like any kind of reversals, any kind of get the fuck off the ground and let's fight, none of that's happening. So Blanchfield is just dominating Maverick in a lot of these positions. And Blanchfield continues with 1 minute and 40 seconds left. Really tough for Maverick to do anything here to turn this around. Blanchfield's still hunting to get a sub. Now she's looking for that Kimura again. Or is it going? She's going for the Americana. This time she might have the Americana.
No, she lets it go.
She lets it go. She lets it go. And again, you know, that's a credit to Maverick. And let's remember, Maverick is young. Maverick, as Bodie said, is like a specimen. She's strong. She's got incredible core. She's got shoulders like, you know, like a man in her division. The genetics are really, really good, and time is on her side, but she's just getting shown a little bit of a jiu-jitsu lesson right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Ready for the stream, says Future Anime. I'm glad you're all sorted, Future Anime. Blanchfield is just so dominant. Guys, this is a display of masterful jiu-jitsu right now. If any of you are new to MMA and you are like wanting to understand jiu-jitsu, though it looks like she's laying on her, this is so technical. She's so strong. Wow, she takes the mount and with 30 seconds left, opens up with some ground and pound and then takes the back of Miranda Maverick and is looking to lock up. She's got both hooks in and she is trying to belly her out right now. She is just trying to belly her out. And Miranda Maverick is just trying to survive at this point. But guys, what a beautiful... You can see Blanchfield, the way she's transitioning, the way she's controlling, the weight that she is putting on Maverick is almost smothering. And until you've done jiu-jitsu, which I recommend if you haven't done it, go to a jiu-jitsu class. It is like drowning. Like, genuinely, it's like drowning, guys. And that is exactly what Blanchfield just made Miranda Maverick feel like. And that is that she just got drowned in human. She just absolutely got smothered and drowned in human.
Oh man, they're showing some replays right now. Really, really impressive performance by Blanchfield. And you know, you have to wonder, and this is not just with Miranda Maverick, but at some point, if someone has been studying one discipline of MMA for such a long time, and they can control getting the fight to that discipline, and you just, you know...
Same as we just saw with Ryan Hall and Blanchfield.
Yeah, so if Maverick can keep it on the feet, then it's a different fight. But if it goes onto the ground and and Aaron Blanchfield just has years and years of more of experience. Like, how does Maverick contend with that? And the question is Maverick, like others, going to struggle with just ground game experts in those situations?
Miranda Maverick is really frustration. Her coach tried to go and console her, and she was not having any of it. By the way, that was 11. There was actually 12 minutes of control time for Blanchfield on the ground. 12 minutes, guys.
That was really, really impressive. And Blanchfield goes to 8-1. So remember, we started out this whole fight saying that she comes from the Renzo Gracie school, and she proved it. She was just absolutely dominant. And Joe Rogan has a big smile on his face because he's a lover of jiu-jitsu, and that was an incredible exhibit.
Exemplary.
Yes, it was very good.
Exemplary? No, exemplary. I can't. No, it's not coming out.
But the exhibition of jiu-jitsu was incredible, and it's a tough loss for Maverick because she is meant to be an up-and-comer. She is trying to get herself back on the winning side of things. She's now lost to Macy Barber, and she's lost to Erin Blanchfield, 2 losses in a row, and that sets her back. And it's the type of thing where Maverick needs to possibly go back to the gym, find some high-level jiu-jitsu somewhere, whether it's in her gym or, she goes out of her gym for a while or just moves gyms and goes to school, spends a year, getting a belt, absolutely just going into the Shark Tank of jiu-jitsu day after day after day. And that's how she fixes this problem. We've seen numerous fighters that don't fix the problem, and it can really put a ceiling on their careers. And if you can't contend with someone that is an expert in one area of MMA, logic says that you're going to struggle. And so unless you're able to stay out of that area because your defense against that area is so lethal, unless your takedown defense is so incredible that you don't have to worry about the ground, okay, fair enough. But as soon as you get on the ground by some mechanism of being taken down, and you don't have an answer for it, it's going to be a tough day. It's going to be a tough day for you. And Miranda Maverick's going back. She's frustrated as hell. You could see that that's not the fight she trained for. Think about it. She's trained for months, going to the gym every day, doing twice a day probably, watching her weight, all this stuff. And she gets in with someone that just has the answer over and over and over again. So, tough one. Tough one. So the next fight, remember...
These are just the early prelims, guys. This is the last fight on the early prelims. And then we're about to get into the actual prelims of tonight.
That's crazy, yeah. We have... So this, you guys will remember, Andre Munoz was the person that snapped Jacare Souza's arm. So Jacare fought Munoz probably about 6-8 months ago, and it was a gruesome break where you could hear it on the broadcast.
It retired Jacare Souza.
Yeah, a clean break of his arm at the elbow, I believe. And so Andre Munoz is fighting tonight. He's 21-4. He's fighting Eric Anders, who is 14-5-1. And so Eric Anders got a lot of power, but we don't need any more confirmation about Andre Munoz's ground game. If he's breaking, remember, Jacare Souza is a legend on the ground. Straight up, high-level black belt, and he got his arm broken. So I guess that signifies that he wasn't going to tap, but that was a result of it.
Yeah, I hear you. We've got Queen Boudica asking, do you guys think that Macy won the fight against Maverick? I think so. When I watch it back, I think it was a very close fight. It was a very, very close fight.
I think it was 2-1. From my recollection of it, I think Macy
just squeezed it,
but it was a very, very, very close fight. So, and it's a good point. Macy Barber's also young. You put in that category Corey McKenna as well. These are all fighters that are around 22 to 25 or 6 years old. Have a good 6, 7, 8 years in front of them. So it'll be interesting to see which of them rounds out their game. You look at, here's an example, Dustin Poirier. Charles Oliveira. Charles Oliveira he's lost, what has he got, 8 losses in his career? And it took him years for him to figure it out and get well-rounded enough that he could deal with the striking of Michael Chandler and actually knock out Michael Chandler, but also be lethal enough to strangle you if you came anywhere near him on the ground. So it took years for him to figure that out.
100%.
Some people don't figure it out.
Yep.
And this is what's in front of Miranda Maverick.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily all about, like, do I want to do it? Do I have the dedication to do it? It's, do I have the capacity to do it? Some of these high-level skills get ingrained in you when you're younger, when you're learning at the age of 15 or 16, going through the belts.
Tom's right. Tom's right. With the new age MMA fighters that are coming up, it's one where they're just a different breed. But you know, Miranda Maverick, though she got dominated on the ground, you know, she looked strong. She was defending well. She didn't get submitted.
Yeah.
You know, so that's a testament to her at the end of the day. And guys, as we get ready for this next fight, Andrew Munez versus Eric Anders, please take a second to share this stream out wherever you're watching from. If that's on Twitch, if that's on Facebook or YouTube, take a second to share it wherever you use social media. We really appreciate every single one of you amazing people that has come to join us tonight. To watch some MMA, watch some people punch each other in the fucking face, because that's what we fucking like.
I think there's going to be some face punches in this next one.
Some goddamn face punching. as the artist who works with us says, the old punch and kick game.
So Eric Anders is at cage side right now. Herb Dean is the referee at cage side, just checking the gloves, applying a little bit of Vaseline, and Anders has stepped into the cage. We've got Andre Muniz that is walking into the arena right now. The arena is slowly filling up. There's still lots of empty seats, but of course the T-Mobile Arena now in Vegas is sort of a be seen, sort of see and be seen place. So, you know, you want to have that, if you're a celebrity, that late entrance in to make yourself known as you walk through the aisles. So there's a little bit of that. If I went to the T-Mobile Arena to watch the UFC,
No one would give a fuck if you went to the
true, no one would give a shit if I went, but just for the sheer love of MMA, I would have been there before the first fight have even started. I would have been there to just get a vibe. I walked around, just to get the energy of the place, and then on the edge of my seat through every early prelim, every prelim, all of it. But not the case with a lot of the new sort of casual / celebrity UFC fans these days. All right, let's give you the tail of the tape, as it were. Andre Muniz is 21-4. Eric Anders is 14-5-1. The most important thing to tell you is the nickname of Eric Muniz is Sergipano. And Eric Anders' nickname is Yeah Boy. Eric Anders has got just absolute bombs in his hands. And Muniz is pretty lethal as a Brazilian jiu-jitsu player. And so here's the test. This is why we love MMA, because you kind of mix it up, put it in there, and see how it all plays out when these two different styles bash up against each other. Anders is a striker. Muniz is certainly able to finish on the ground. Muniz also has a 3-inch reach advantage, which may come into play. Anders is American. Muniz is Brazilian. And just as a comment on Bruce Buffer's jacket, it looks like it is like a purple paisley, which is fucking phenomenal. It's beautiful. His jackets are, the material, the thread pattern on them is really, really impressive. Bruce is doing his job, though. He's introducing the fighters, and Eric Anders is pacing back and forth a little bit. Yeah, he looks good. He's getting a little bit of a buzz from the crowd. You know, T-Mobile Arena has improved its lighting for the introductions. It's got a bunch of different spotlights just kind of going around all over the arena, which is kind of cool. Andre Muniz is being introduced right now. He is the favorite at minus 180, so almost a 2-to-1 favorite. Muniz is looking in shape, and he is, let me just look at Muniz's record, by the way. So Andre Muniz's record is, he's on a run right now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's won 7 in a row, including his last fight was against Jacare in May of last year. No, May of this year. So about 6 months ago. So Muniz has won 6 in a row. Let's see what Anders has done. Anders has...
Yo, yo, yo.
Yeah, what's up?
The fight has begun.
Yeah, Anders is a southpaw.
Oh, Jesus Christ. These guys are fucking throwing. Holy fuck.
Yeah. So Anders is sort of like win 1, lose 1, win 1, lose 1, win 2, lose 2, win 1, lose 3, where Muniz is on a 6-fight win streak. So you'd have to give the initial advantage to Muniz as far as the momentum of their careers right now. Both guys are southpaws. Muniz actually looking crisper than Anders in striking initially. Anders just looking a little bit slow and reacting a little bit slower. But Anders has bombs in his hands. Muniz, nice combination. Left, right, and then goes for a double. Wow, slam double.
Beautiful takedown. Beautifully timed.
It was like the blocking dummy that you take down. And remember, Muniz is a fucking expert on the ground. So this could be a serious situation right now for Anders. Muniz is moving for...
to be fair, he passed into side control, but then
Anders
has done a really good job of wrapping one of his legs and almost regaining like a little type of like half guard going on right now.
But Muniz, you can see he's just comfortable on the ground. He's had...
But there you go. Now he's inside control. Muniz inside control.
Anders does a good job getting to his back, but Muniz might have wanted that, so might have given him that opening so that he could have this sort of back control. He's got a little bit of he's trying to get a little bit of backpack position. Now he's actually trying to just wrench him to the ground right now, almost use his weight. Look at how he's just leaning on him.
He's grapevining the legs of Anders right now, doing like a seatbelt hook, and he's almost going for like a body triangle across, grapevines, and is just putting the weight, just making the weight on Anders. He's just trying to gas him out. You know, he's got to carry a full 180-pound man. 185-pound man on him, probably more, probably like 190 at this point.
Maybe 200.
I was gonna say maybe 200. Realistically, after fucking re-bloating in weight cut. But both gentlemen currently still have Munoz on the back of Anders. Little takedown from Munoz, but back to the feet. But Munoz does still have the back of Anders. He's now grapevine the other way, and he's pulling him back. He pulls him back to the ground. Beautifully done. And he's got double hooks in. And he is digging for that neck already. He's looking to hold the hand of... do you know what? Anders is doing a really good job of rolling into Matt's side. But he doesn't want to go to his belly. Oh, no. He just rolls to his belly, and now he's posting. The moment you post, someone's going to start... Oh, he's getting the knee bar. It's the knee bar. He's going to pull the knee bar. Oh, armbar. Now it's an armbar. He transitioned from knee bar to armbar.
He's got it.
It's over. Wow. And that's that one over. Andre Muniz with an incredible submission there. He transitioned beautifully from back control into, what was the second one? It was back control into...
Anders gave him his back when he got up, and then he rose.
Oh, then it was knee bar. Sorry, he transitioned from back control to knee bar, and then into arm bar. That is unbelievable. Look at this.
He's just very, very good on the ground. Very good and strong as well. That takedown was just a power takedown. Holy shit, he almost knocked himself out. But then he just grapevines. Beautiful takedown, using leverage.
Backwards.
And Anders loses his legs, and now as soon as he gets to the ground, both hooks are in, and then he wraps that leg. He's just relentless, looking for that leg. Slowly, there he gets it, and boom, it's in. And at this point, it's an armbar that Anders has nothing.
Belly down Russian armbar.
Yeah, belly down armbar, and those are the worst, I think.
Yeah. Oh, and look, it's not. And he wasn't doing. Look, he wasn't doing it like this. He passed it to the other side and was belly down and on the right side. That is one of the most brutal arm bars that can be given. There's a reason why you had Anders tapping really quickly there, because that shit fucking hurt.
It's not just your arm; it's your shoulder, like the whole
There's
thing.
lots of shit. Yeah, lots of stuff popping there as we get the decision for that one. But guys, that leads us now on to our prelims of the night.
Can I just say this?
Go for it.
I think Muniz might be something. Muniz might be something in this division, because he has had some really, really impressive. I mean, can you imagine Muniz going against Adesanya if he got Adesanya on the ground? That would be a real problem. Yeah. I mean, yes, there is the if he gets Adesanya on the ground, yeah. There is that whole consideration, but he's been really, really impressive, and he's now won his 7th in a row. 7 fights in a row.
Crazy, absolutely wild. Boudica saying, I lost my last 2 picks. That is all right, Boudica, because at least you're trying to make picks. You've got pussies like me and Tom out here who don't bet on fights. So, hey, I respect you for making those picks and doing that. Thane saying, who time? I don't know what you mean by that. But if you want to get in the chat, please feel free to and ask your question. I'm happy to answer that. Everyone else, thank you all so much for joining us for the early prelims of this UFC pay-per-view. It was really, really great to have you guys here for the early prelims. We're about to transition into the official prelims of this pay-per-view. We're fucking excited.
It's actually his 8th in a row.
That's his 8th submission or win?
8th win in a row.
Wow.
You know, you look at across the UFC, 8 wins get you, you know, you now start getting noticed. You know, people like Beneil Dariush is needing to, or is in a position where he can present an argument that he should be considered for a championship. Arnold Allen has won 7 or 8 in a row. There's a few fighters that once you get into that, you know, 6, 7, 8, 9 in a row, you can't be denied. Like, you need to be served up to someone that's in the top, you know, top 3, top 4, top 5.
Yeah, fully agree with that. Yeah. You know, you're not wrong at all. You're not wrong at all. There's baptism by fire, but also, you know, this kid is eventually going to see, you know, those upper echelons of the Kelvin Gaslams and the Robbie Whitties and the you know, he's got some shit to go through. The Marvin Vittoris, the Paulo Costas. Jeez, you know.
He does. He totally does, for sure. And we don't know how he'll do against an amazing striker, because Jacare's not an amazing striker. But what we do know is that when he gets it to the ground, he's lethal, man. Like, quickly able to get in a position where he can end fights, as opposed to, you know, just getting top control or managing.
You just called out Andrew Muniz just called out Darren Till. He said, I know he's got a fight organized, but if he would like to roll, I'm happy to roll with him. Coming up next, we have Jordan Wright and
Bruno Silva.
I can't read Tom's writing, guys. And Boudica saying, I'm not familiar with these two. Who would you pick? Well, Jordan Wright is coming out of Jackson Wink, so, you know, that's a good camp to be coming out of. You know, really strong position to be coming out of. He's 12-1 at the moment, where Bruno Silva is 21-6. So both gentlemen with stacked records right now. Shane Kennedy saying, love your show, guys. Keep up the brilliant work. Shane Kennedy, I fucking love you, dude. You keep coming back and you keep making me happy, dude. I appreciate you. I'm picking Ty in the fight after this. Ty Tuivasa, always. My favorite answer to a question in press in UFC ever is, how many shoeys do you think you've done, Ty? And he said, how many times has a priest walked into a church? And that is a fucking incredible answer to a very, very good question as well.
An important question.
An important question, guys, yeah. One that we need to know the answer.
I mean, the reason why we're rooting for Ty is because we want to see the shoey, and we want to see an appropriate shoey. We want to see a big old, like, work boot shoey that's been worn for a couple years. That type of scenario is what we're all looking for. But Jordan Wright, so let me just say...
Rick Smith as well was watching from Australia. Rick, I'm sure you're familiar with the shoey. I'm sure it's something that you've heard of from that end of the world.
You may have even done one.
I was going to say, you might have done a couple shoes. You might have even done a thong, for those of you who...
You know what would be good is to get the history of the shoey, like why.
Yeah, someone hook us up. What's the history of the shoey?
Yeah, that would be really good to know, because from all appearances, it is not looking very hygienic. It's and it feels like the shoey was done in a bar about 6 or 7 pints in on a bet. That's what it kind of feels like. That's how it went down.
Yeah, I feel that.
Like, we're in a bar, we're both drunk off our asses, and I'm like, you won't drink this next one out my fucking shoe, will you? And you're like, how much? And I'm like, 50 Australian ones.
50 Aussie schmeckers.
You're like, fuck yeah, well, pour that shit. I need to pay rent tomorrow.
I was gonna say, yeah. Boudica saying I'm picking Jordan on a guess. Yeah, I would also probably go for Jordan, but here's the thing: Brazilians are dangerous always, and that kid is 21-6. That is an impressive record. However, Jordan Wright is 12-1 coming out of Jackson Wink, which is a phenomenal camp, a really, really good camp. So 1, 2, keep your eyes out. They used to be John Jones's camp prior to his legal action recently.
What I would say, though, is if you look at Jordan Wright's record, it is a little bit light. And he has had a couple decent wins recently, and he's just lost recently. So I'll just tell you kind of where we are with Jordan Wright. It begs the question, like, how good has his competition been? And Bruno may test it tonight. But Jordan Wright has had a... You all right? Fucking... Do I need to call 911? Fucking get you some fucking help.
Having a fucking seizure over here.
So this is the deal. His one loss is to Joaquin Buckley, but it's not that spinning back kick. So this is
okay.
But he did get blown out by Joaquin Buckley in the second round. He comes back and he beats Jamie Pickett. You remember that. He beat Jamie Pickett on May 15th. And Pickett's a beast as well. So he wins that fight. So he's 12-1. And then anyone before that, to be honest, I don't know their names. So they were outside of the UFC. So even though he's 12-1 and it's a great record, there's a part of Jordan Wright that is a little bit of an unknown at this point. And we need to test him with higher skills. And hopefully we're going to do that because Bruno Silva's 21-6. He's from Brazil. And, by the way, his name is Blinando. Fucking Blinando. Blinado.
So, guys, if you are new to Homie and the Dude, let us know where you're watching from tonight and who you're here to support. We want to talk to you guys. You know, this is the best freaking time in the world. This is the best MMA show. One of the best pay-per-views, the last pay-per-view of the year. So, also, guys, happy holidays to everyone.
Happy Hanukkah.
Whether you're
Kwanzaa.
doing Christmas, you know,
Eid,
whatever it is, do your thing and enjoy your holidays wherever you are. Be safe this holidays. But guys, remember, we're all here watching MMA together because we love this sport, which is kind of dope, guys. You know, and we're glad to have you here, part of the Homie and the Dude family. So thank you for coming and joining us. And guys, remember, we will be making a big announcement just before the main card tonight of something that we have been working on, hopefully for y'all MMA fans and game fans. So look forward to telling you a little bit about that.
I didn't even actually think of this angle. Had you thought of this angle the whole time?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't think about it the whole time. This is quite exciting to me.
Yeah, it's very exciting. It's very exciting. But guys, please let us know, guys. Are you Team Sugar Sean tonight, or are you Team Garbrandt? Because that press conference, you know, I want to know. Where do you guys stand after that press conference? Do you want to see Sugar Sean fight Cody Garbrandt, or do you think that's a washed up fight? What's your opinions, guys?
You know what my opinion is?
Go for it.
I think Sugar Sean blows out Garbrandt.
Ooh.
I think he just surgically takes him apart and Garbrandt can't touch him. I really do. Like Sugar Sean, look, you know, he has a lot of hype behind him, the hair and tats, and like his Instagram is super fun and all this shit. That dude is a fucking sniper. Like his combination game from kicks to strikes is next level.
Top notch.
We don't know how good he is on the ground because no one's been able to get his ass on the ground.
The only person that did was Cheeto, and he just opened him up with elbows.
Correct.
Just opened him up with elbows.
So Cheeto Vera has shown us that's the game plan, but everyone going into a fight with Sugar is thinking, if I can get him to the ground, he's mine. And he is now, what's his record? 14-1, something like that. Yeah. And so it'll be an interesting fight. And by the way, his cornrows tonight are Beautiful.
Multicolorful. We got
Beautiful.
blue, green,
Purple.
It's blue. It's electric blue, teal, magenta, and lilac. Guys, are the colors that Sean O'Malley
That's
is
a nice
rocking
pull,
tonight.
dude. That's a real nice
Thank
pull.
you very much.
That
My
was
color
real.
game is strong. I listened in art in school, guys. Not so good with numbers, better with colors. Ben saying, we all need a little bit of sugar show in our lives. We all need a little bit of sugar show in our lives. But yeah, guys, you know, I want to know, coming up into this May. Oh, wow, Dustin Poirier is being interviewed. Jesus Christ. Why is
They just started doing this year,
Yeah.
which is they're interviewing fighters that still have to fight tonight before they get into the cage. And they've never done that before because, you know, you're a fighter, you're in a headspace where you don't really want to be interviewed. You want to get yourself ready for battle, ready for war, ready for savagery. And you've got fucking Megan O'Leary in front of you, and she's standing on a box. And you're trying to keep a straight face.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking, it's not...
Get in the zone.
Yeah, yeah. So it's like, it's a new thing. They're doing it because, you know, it's slick UFC production, and it has gotten slicker and slicker. And it's, you know, at the level now where the production value of the UFC is at the level of the NBA, NFL, European soccer, or European football, if you will. It's been really, really high level. So that's great. But it's kind of weird seeing Dustin Poirier being interviewed right now when he's going to be stepping in the cage against Charles Oliveira in a minute. Bo Bandy saying, I really want to see Sean O'Malley on the ground considering his coach, JJ, may be slept on. Okay, so tell us a little bit more about that. Because, so I have, what do I have?
Also, just quick shout out to Yasin Ali saying, what time is it? It's Poirier time, baby.
So Sugar Sean works out at the MMA lab, but JJ is his main coach there. Is that what you're saying?
Or his jiu-jitsu coach, I think.
Oh, is that his jiu-jitsu coach? Okay. So you're thinking we might have... Wow, can you imagine if Sugar Sean was high-level jits?
Yeah.
That would be crazy.
His jiu-jitsu coach may be slept on. There you go. He's saying his JJ's jiu-jitsu coach might be slept on. JJ's not on there.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, but, you know, here's the thing with Sugar Sean is he typically... It doesn't really care about the ground. No, it's not your bad. It's my bad. But he is, without question, a very, very high-level striker. On par with what we were talking about when Conor McGregor came into the cage. Very, very accurate, and his complexity of his combinations is special. Is he a smartass? Yes. Is he, at times, you know, some of the shit that he does, not really in keeping with being a martial artist? Yes. But he's fucking good at what he does, man. He's real good at what he does.
He is real good. His striking's beautiful. Bob Andy saying, I agree. He wants the knockout highlight. Nia saying, Sugar Sean and Cody carried the press conference. Interesting. That's an interesting point, Nia. That's a really, really interesting point. I would say the press conference was quiet. There wasn't a lot of bad blood. You know, everyone was fairly respectable. It's one of those things where, I mean, bar Nunes and Julianna, who started talking a lot of shit, but, you know, it's one of those things where these, like, some martial artists are there for respect and for the fight. Others are there to talk some shit and make some money. And, you know, the Colby Covingtons, you know, of the world make their money, and the Amanda Nuneses make less money for those reasons.
It's true, but, you know, on the other side of things, you know, it's what, not just what sells, but also what gets into your opponent's head. So if you talk shit and you know that a certain opponent doesn't do well with that, then why not use it? Even if you are a pure martial artist and you know that this other person has a weakness at that, then is there a consideration of doing that? I think so. Here's the other thing. Would you, if you were getting into the cage with someone, would you, like, not bathe for, like, 10 days?
Maybe.
Yeah. Would you, like, not brush your teeth?
Maybe. I'll consider it.
Yeah.
I'll fucking think about it.
Would you eat something that would give you, like, bad gas so that you'd be, like, in the cage, you'd be like, I don't know, like, I'm kind of joking about this, but, and these are minor inconveniences in a fight, But, you know, if someone is like pressing up against you and they're just fucking foul, is that little inconvenience get you pissed off? Does it get you out of your game plan a little bit? These are the type of things that you have to consider. Who was it that said John Jones got some fucking foul ass breath? Someone said that. I think it was Cormier or someone said that shit.
Because he's fucking doing
Yeah.
so many fucking drugs and shit.
Yeah. All right, I'll be right back.
Right, guys. Coming into these prelims. The prelims still haven't started yet. I expect some bombs, says Future Anime. I called Tuivasa fight, and here we are. I called the Tuivasa and Sakai fight. You did, Future Anime. I freaking remember that, actually. And here we are. Here we are. Who do you have, Future Anime? Do you have Tuivasa or do you have Sakai? I'd love to hear your opinion. Bet your bottom dollar Tuivasa does a shoey if he wins. I bet you fucking many dollars he does a shoey. Have you done a shoey, Bob Andy? Ever done a shoey before? Anyone in this chat that has done a shoey, please put a message in the chat. I'm going to shout you out. By the way, I just ate some falafel and hummus wrap, and it was good, guys. It was good. Amanda Nunes is getting knocked out cold. Guys, my gut tells me that, and I don't play around. My gut is something else, baby. Just remember this, says Yasin Ali. Yasin's saying that Amanda Nunes is going to get knocked out cold tonight, guys. What do you think? Do you agree with Yasin? Get in the chat. I mean, I guess I would, but no, never had the opportunity or desire to do a shoey. That's sad, man. Who knows? You might be a professional shoeier. You might be a shoer. Bob Andy, you might be a shoer. No shot. Amanda gets knocked out, says Bob Andy. No shot. We got a bit of back and forth going here with Bob Andy and Yasin sharing some interesting opinions. But you know what, guys? I think either way, like, Nunes has held the belt for a really long time, and she also has a second belt. So, like, it's not the worst case scenario if Nunes loses, but if she does, you know, well, like, I guess, like, what chain? What, like, what? Okay, so she maybe like fights. She kills 2 other women and then comes back and fights for the belt again and probably takes it back. Like, I don't know. Like, it feels like it's not that bad of a situation for her. And what else does she have to prove at this point as well? Like, how many more defenses does she need? Like, she's literally the greatest female ever. And yeah, like, what else does she have to prove to these people, realistically? I hope Ty gets it, but I think someone is going to get knocked out in the first round, says Future Anime. Pena, only chance is to take her down and just control, not take damage. We had Yasin saying that he thinks that Nunes is going to get knocked the fuck out tonight. He feels it in his stomach.
I don't think she's going to get knocked out. I think Pena could. Look, here's the thing. Let's look at Nunes' last few fights. She dominates Jermaine Durandame on the ground. She dominates Megan Anderson on the ground. She blows out fucking everybody else. Rousey, Holm, Tate, fucking Cyborg. Like, she can win in so many ways. Like, how? Let's talk about this really. How is Pena going to beat her?
Queen Boudica believes Julianna by submission.
Submission maybe in the 5th round, 4th or 5th round, like gasses her out.
She could catch her, but you got to remember, Nunes is also a black belt. Like, her arm tattoo that she has at the moment, that is this, like, big, like, arm piece that is all, like, metallic and, like, cool, was originally a black belt. That was her jiu-jitsu black belt that she had tattooed that she's now had covered up.
Yeah, I just, there's not many paths to victory for Julianna. She can take Nunes into the deep water, but can she? Like, can she withstand the heat of how that will actually go down for her? Because that is a fucking tall task. Remember the bombs that Nunes fucking delivers. She is lethal, and so you got to get into that range. And Nunes can take you down. Nunes can have top control. Remember, Nunes is.
Do you go advanced video?
No. Nunes goes. Just you remember how she dominated Megan Anderson. I'm not saying Megan Anderson is at the same level as Julianna Pena on the ground, but the heaviness
Wow.
of Nunes on the ground is crazy.
That's crazy. Boudica says, I believe Cyborg would win in a rematch. I disagree with that, Boudica, simply because if you look how Amanda fought against Holly Holmes is, I think, my biggest, like, answer to that is, don't get me wrong, like, Cyborg wasn't much, she just had power at that time. Ronda had, like, no striking. Holmes, however, is one of the greatest strikers in UFC history.
She just got nominated into the Boxing Hall of Fame, like the legit Boxing Hall of Fame.
There you go. There you go. Like, she is a straight up one of the best strikers ever. And Nunes banged her out and kicked her with her signature head kick. That is where I stand on that.
Well, the thing is with Nunes is she almost chooses to submit the other fighter with the other fighter's strength.
Yeah.
Which is, that's how easy or how dominant her life is right now in the UFC, is she's choosing to go to your strength. I mean, Valentina Shevchenko does it as well. Shevchenko will take, Jessica Andrade to the ground and be like, okay, you want to go to the ground? All right, let's go to the ground.
Yeah.
I'll show you that my fucking core is going to flip you around and fucking dominate you on the ground for as long as you want to do this. And that's what Nunes has been doing. And so, I mean, I would not be surprised if Nunes is like, okay, you want to fucking do this? Let's do it. Let's go to the ground and let's see whose jiu-jitsu is better. Because I'm Brazilian, yo.
Yeah, exactly. Bob Andy saying the other fight, Nunes is somehow talk to Valentina to fight her again. Yeah, I think the Valentina fight is the one that makes the most sense to me. Like, she should be fighting like, if she beats Pena, is this the... Yeah, this is where Valentina would have to come up.
Valentina comes up, yeah.
I think if Nunes still holds the belt after this, Valentina has to come back up and fight Nunes. And I think Nunes has her work cut out for her in that fight, because Valentina Shevchenko
I think she's gotten better.
The most well-rounded, I would say, MMA fighter in all of MMA right now.
All of it.
She's the most well-rounded.
Yeah, including, any man that you can think of that's well-rounded. Shevchenko has all of it. She has all of it. Subs, ground game, kicks, combinations, cardio, strength. Like, fucking name something she doesn't have.
She's got fight IQ. She's got everything.
Yeah.
She's got everything.
So, you're training for Shevchenko. What are you saying to yourself? Oh, this is the way I'm going to beat her. What is that? I'm going to outstrike her? I'm going to outkick her?
Nope.
I'm going to fucking take her to the ground? And what do I do with her? And this is, remember what was Lauren Murphy? Was
you have to stagger. You have to stagger. But Lauren Murphy was just like, I just couldn't fucking hit her. I couldn't get through her punches to do anything. She was literally like, I know some of you wanted me to do more, but I literally could not get close enough to punch her or take her down because of just the barrage that she would put on me as I entered, basically.
Yeah. So many levels above what that division is doing right now. But, she's got to put on 10 pounds. To get up into Nunes. By the way, Nunes is cutting weight to have that fight. So Nunes is way bigger than Shevchenko. And, they fought twice. Bobandi, Nunes is just too big for Valentina, and that's the only advantage I feel Nunes has. It's true. Exactly what I was just saying. Bodie was just pointing your comment, which is Nunes is coming down, Shevchenko is going up. When they fight, Nunes is fucking bigger. Even if Shevchenko maintains that weight or puts on a little bit weight. Nunes is just bigger. And I don't know, though. Like, it feels like Nunes is getting older faster than Shevchenko, maybe.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying, I'm kind of saying that not having actually witnessed it, because Nunes is dominating her fights just like Shevchenko is, but just like Nunes' life seems to be, like, progressing beyond.
Just having kids and, like, just being a mom and stuff like that.
Yeah.
She's not still solely focused career-wise.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I think so. The other side of that is Pena is like the first fighter in my memory that's really, really calling Nunes out. Like, like, you've been dodging me. You've been dodging me for years. Like, you don't want this fight.
Yeah.
So if Pena gets bombed out, then... Look, that's what's probably going to happen is Pena's going to get bombed out. If she finds a way to survive, then let's see what happens. It might get interesting.
Nunes is probably bored at this point with MMA, that is. Yeah, she could go to boxing. Valentina won the last fight with Amanda, and everyone knows it. She is light years beyond. She's light years better now, and she won then. She'll murder her.
Okay.
Weight versus skill is a very interesting thing. I think like I said, and I'm sure you would agree with this, Boudica, that's the fight to make. That's the fucking fight to make. Like, Valentina might kill her, but also, like, a Nunes as well, like, this whole time has been training as well and has been getting better and has been getting crisper with her striking, stronger with her grappling. You know, she's not sat back, you know, she's definitely not sat back sucking dick was what I was going to say. She's definitely not doing that. Can I just say Bruce Buffer looked goddamn phenomenal tonight, guys. And if you didn't know, we have done a podcast with the incredible Bruce Buffer. So if you have a quick chance, head on over to the YouTube, subscribe, and then go check out that podcast with Bruce later. He tells you some really in-depth stuff about the UFC behind the scenes, stuff that you don't hear. So if you want to go find out that info, I'll tell you in the podcast, and you'll hear it in the podcast, guys.
You know what he says in the podcast that we need to clip out and put it in a channel trailer is, this is the first father and son podcast I think I've ever been on, guys. And so by the way, we are a father and son team, and we love MMA, and here we are with you guys, and we're happy to be here. It looks like the T-Mobile Arena is mostly full outside of the VIP seats. Look at all the seats that are empty right there, though. But we got Jordan Wright now entered into the cage against Bruno Silva. Wright is 12-1. Silva is 21-6. This is gonna be a good test for Jordan Wright because he is got a great record. He is the Beverly Hills Ninja, and you know how everyone has their like introduction move. Jordan Wright's is special. It's like a kata, a little kata that he did.
Do I really believe Amanda Nunes won that fight? I think it was close. I think
it was close as well.
I think I'm not a professional MMA judge, and I could give you my opinion on it. I think it was very, very close. Yeah. I think we need to see a second one. We definitely need to see. We definitely need to see a third one. Like, I'm sure you would agree with that.
Well, here's the thing. Well, by the way, we just started this fight, so we've got Silva is a southpaw and Wright is in the orthodox stance. Wright he's a little bit awkward in his movement. Just a little bit different. But nice outside leg kick. Silva looks real relaxed. Wright does a little oblique to the front leg of Silva that doesn't land. Silva tries an outside leg kick that doesn't land either. Wow, that's a heavy leg kick by another heavy leg kick by Wright. Wow, beautiful. And Wright is just trying to bomb him out right now. 3 leg kicks with a lot of power, and one of them was combined with
nice counter there.
Wow.
These guys are throwing leather right now. Holy shit. These guys are getting after it. This might be fight of the night already. So literally just counters back and forth.
Wright is fighting like he's got to catch a bus in about 4 minutes.
But Wright is fighting with his chin like this.
Yeah.
Like he's looking to the fucking clouds. Oh, big knees from Wright right now. Oh, big knees.
He's hurting Silva right now with those knees, and he's just been really, really powerful.
Muay Thai clench, just ripping knees to the body. Oh, big knee to the head.
Silva's fighting back.
Silva just rocked him. Silva just put him out. Silva nearly just put him out. He's rocked him bad. Wright's out.
Wright's out.
Oh no, he's still moving.
He's still moving, and now he's out.
He's out. Wright is out. Wow, Silva just put him out, guys, and that is the end of that one.
Jordan Wright, 12-1 coming in. We talked about his strength of schedule.
Wow.
The fighters that he fought. He really came in and threw a lot of heavy blows.
And what went down is he got countered. He got too confident on the break, didn't have his hands up, and got countered beautifully here. Boom, by Bruno. And just clips him. Boom. Bang, bang, 1-2.
And he's buzzed. It's a 1-2, top of the head, not on the jaw, top of the head. And then at this point, Herb Dean is hesitating again. So Herb Dean is sort of circling around.
Giving him his chance because Jordan's fighting. But he was just fucked.
He did a good job giving him a chance there. But Jordan goes very, very stiff-legged and loses his balance. And in the end, it was a good stoppage. And Jordan Wright, wow, he got hit 2 or 3 times very heavily on the ground as well. So good stoppage. Jordan Wright is now 12-2 and now starting to understand what it's like to be in the UFC because he's lost 2 fights. He's lost one to Joaquin Buckley. Then he beat Jamie Pickett. Now he loses to Bruno Silva. So he is, the UFC's a real
deal. Juan Farias saying, good fight. That was indeed a good fight. That was wild from the start.
really good fight. Yeah, good action. We knew that it was going to be something decisive because they were both throwing such heavy blows. And he gets hit in the back of the head. Then he gets hit in the top of the... Wow, 2 hits right on the forehead. One on the right side, one on the left side.
Do you know what as well? He rolled his ankle. I'm not sure if you saw that. Jordan rolled his ankle and he was limping across the cage a minute ago.
Really?
Yeah, when his legs stiffened up, his foot went under and he rolled his ankle really bad. Yeah. Like, I was looking at it, I was like, oh, I've done that skating, and that's going to be one that's going to hurt him for a while.
Yeah, bad.
That ankle roll, like, oof.
Ankle sprain, and that's a big win for Bruno Silva. Let's look at Bruno's record just to see where he's been recently, because that was really nice, actually.
That was a really nice. It was a really nice couple of hooks that he clipped Jordan right there with to bang him out.
So Bruno's on a roll himself. Holy shit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is his 7th win in a row for Bruno Silva. So he's kicking ass too. So 2 fighters that have been on win streaks continue their win streaks.
Look, watch Jordan limp out. Look at him limp.
Oh shit, he's still struggling. Do you see him?
Yeah. He's limping on his foot. It's his leg.
Yeah,
Bruno's getting emotional now.
Yeah, it was a big win. Big win. And you're on a pay-per-view. It's good exposure. So Bruno Silva beats Jordan Wright. And I just want to check.
He beat him within 1 minute and 28 seconds of round 1.
It was one of those. It was almost like the Tyron Woodley Vicente Luque fight where they're just banging each other.
Overcome with emotions in his post-fight interview right now.
Yeah.
Just struggling to get the words out. But wow, humble nonetheless. Coming up next, guys, we have the commentator Dominick Cruz stepping in the ring.
Tai Tuivasa's next.
Oh, is it Tai Tuivasa?
Yeah, Tai Tuivasa's next.
Oh, I missed that. My apologies, guys.
I believe so.
It is, yeah, it is. You're right.
But here's the thing. You've got Silva being emotional, but think about what he just went through. He just went through an entire camp, busting his ass every day. Now, they're all doing it, but this is why you get emotional. Training your fucking ass off, and the first minute of that fight, you're getting bombed with big fucking shots.
Watch his ankle. Oh!
Yeah, he does.
Almost McGregor'd himself. Oh my God, that was so close to a broken ankle.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
His legs just stopped working.
Oh my lordy lord. That's fucking disgusting.
So he faces adversity, and there's something about us, whether we're facing adversity in a cage or facing adversity outside of a cage, that we know we've just been put through a trial. We know we've been tested. We know our fortitude, our courage, our whatever has been tested. And I think that's what was part of him being emotional right now, is he came through the fire right there. It was a firefight to start with. He comes back, he clips Jordan Wright with a combination and finishes the fight. And of course he's fucking emotional. That was a big win. That was a big win for him. And by the way, that's his 7th in a row.
Yeah. Queen Burka, yes, we are father and son. That is us. It's a father and son podcast. That's us. It says it on the screen, Boudica. Didn't realize you're actually father. That's kind of sweet. So your son grew up in the UK then? No. I was born in America, lived there for 5 years, and then we moved to Spain, lived there for a bunch of years, and then we've been in the UK for nearly 13 years.
13 years, yeah.
But yeah, we've been all over the place.
Was born in Las Vegas, so came up as a big boxing fan. Came up through the early days of the UFC, and Bodie has been a fan of